fought the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilantes calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Promise lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, the corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh insight, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe. I'm the angry vigilante here to fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Promise lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, the corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh insight, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe. fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Saw content high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilantes calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Promise lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboy smoke, but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, a corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh insight, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast.
Hello, everybody. How is it going? We got True Dash Fan. Hi, everyone. How's it going? We got Trucker 2D DLC. Good morning, everyone. It's my first time at the live. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. I'm usually asleep at this time. Well, I'm glad you're awake. How's it going there, Laura Boss Killer? Thank you guys so much for showing up. And I got plenty for you guys today. Now, we were supposed to have a player essence video, but for some reason, when I recorded part of the live stream so I could sit there and just react to that certain section, for some reason there was no sound and I just didn't have time to re-record. So I'm sorry, guys. We don't got no player essence today. Hello there, Stephanie Browse. What's up? How's it going? Alrighty. We are going to get in to Harmon Smith first.
Okay, as a full disclaimer here, I have been playing a lot of Mario Tennis Fever. Okay,
That does not surprise me. We know you play a lot of Nintendo games. That does not surprise any of us.
You've seen me play this on stream. You know, I'm in like the top 500 right now. You know, I'm trying my best.
Oh, Laura Boss Killer, I sure go to bed still up. Yeah, well, I'm awake all night.
Like, you know, improve my skill set and like improve my rank scores and stuff like that. I've been playing a lot of online specifically, so I have
Well, I mean, once you finish the adventure mode, what else really is there to do? So of course you should go online. You know what? Do you actually bring people over? I don't think that Pikachu's gonna play with you.
neglected the single player content. So I haven't really made videos talking about like adventure mode or time trials or the tournaments. Like,
well, it's because adventure mode just isn't that good. I mean, half of it's good. Don't get me wrong. Once you get past that glorified tutorial, the second half is awesome. I just wish that they would have done more with it.
From where I'm sitting, the core of the game is the online feature. That's kind of what I'm interested in.
No shit. It's a heavily featured multiplayer game. Of course it would, like the majority of the core feature would be the online play. That's like someone literally coming on and talking about Call of Duty saying, oh, well, the core feature is the online play. No shit.
And that's what I like doing. So for me, I haven't talked about the single player features at all. And one of like the defining hopes regarding this game when it came out was this idea that this game had no single player content.
No one said they didn't have it. All they said was it was a glorified tutorial. It wasn't enough to justify a $70 price tag.
It wasn't very good, that it was embarrassing, that it was cringe. And as I've slowly made my way through the single player...
Who is saying that it's cringe? I've never heard a single person say that's cringe. Usually when people say something's cringe is when it comes to be like something's woke or something. No, It's not cringe, but it just didn't have enough for $70. That's it, Harmon.
Content, it's become apparent to me that that isn't actually true.
Oh, Stephanie Brow, seen you last night at Prime Live. Thought you made a little more sense than he did. Well, I appreciate that, Stephanie Browse. You're right. He should apologize. I agree. But you know what, though, Steph? If you don't mind me calling you Steph, if you don't like me calling you Steph, just let me know and I'll call you Stephanie. But Steph, I thought that me and Prime, I thought it was very productive. We were both very respectful. If he ever invited me on to have a conversation again, I would do it again. I would have no problem with it. I enjoyed myself. I got to see a really cute dog. So that was probably the best part of that whole night was I just got to see an adorable, happy looking dog.
You know, people have like accused the adventure mode of being a tutorial.
It is. It's a glorified tutorial, Harmon. It's literally like a hair step above a tutorial.
Yeah, no shit. For a game like this, you don't really need a lengthy adventure mode.
No, but you should get for a $70 title, you should get at least a 5-hour decent, high quality adventure mode. You don't need no 20-hour one or something if you're talking about lengthy like that. And Harmon, again, we know you're not reading off a script. It would just be better if you would turn your computer screen off. It's very distracting.
People have tried to say that like this or that could have been better. You know, that like there have been all these statements given about like Tennis Fever's like single player content, but like the more I play it, the more I engage with it, the more I realize that none of it is actually true. Like the game does indeed have very good single player, very good single player content.
No, it does not, Harmon. It has some. If you're talking about playing the tournaments, playing the other modes, sure, but you're gonna eventually get tired of it. But no, it does not have good single player. You can try to damage control all you want. That adventure mode is not good, Harmon. No matter how much you want to try.
Now the issue maybe is that like it's not as difficult as like if you're playing ranked and like constantly getting wrecked by other players, but like. When it comes to like the actual single player content, like it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I enjoy it.
It's not long enough, Harmon, and nobody cares if you enjoy it. Literally nobody asked you. And my guy, we appreciate you doing something with that hair, but that hairdo is not it, man. It does not look good on you. It really doesn't.
Okay, like that's the reality. It's objectively good.
It's not objectively good. There is nothing objectively good about that single player mode, no matter how much you try to make it out to be. Was it fun? Sure. But it was only 2.5 hours of actual fun. The other 2.5 hours was just the tutorial part.
It's just that you can't really make a CPU player as dynamic and engaging as like a
no, but you could put some thought behind it. You can flesh it out. They literally added some RPG elements into the adventure mode. They could have made more battles. They could have had more boss battles, more stages. They could have done more, Harmon. There's no excuse why they sat here and made a $70 title.
Human player. Okay, so like playing offline is never going to be as satisfying as playing another person. It's just like that's just the reality of like sports games to me. Is that the CPU? It's just not capable of like emulating real human behavior and like developing.
No shit, because it's a damn video game. It has nothing to do with trying to emulate. Like, do you think that people are saying that it's not that good because like literally it's not challenging or something, Harmon? Have you played Elden Ring? You played Dark Soul type games. You can emulate that stuff. What the hell are you talking about, Harmon?
Their own strategies organically and doing stuff like that. It's not fun to play a computer that like perfectly counters all of your moves, essentially. So that's the problem that like these games tend to have when it comes to like the single player coverage is that like the CPU just isn't as good as like an actual human player. And
yeah, I think Elden Ring games and Dark Soul games would say differently. So you can sit here and make them like that, but for some reason Nintendo chose not to. But the problem is it had nothing to do with the enemy. That's not what people are complaining about when it comes to the single player. What people are complaining about, there just wasn't enough there. If they would have took what they did for that adventure mode and made it twice as long, not the tutorial part, after that 2.5 hour after the tutorial, if they would have took that section, turned that into 5 hours, flushed it out more with more enemies, more boss battles, then guess what? It would have been I would have gave the game a 9 out of 10. As long as they would have sat there and added voice acting on top of it, it would have got a 9 out of 10 for me.
That is something you can like acknowledge and talk about, but that's not really like a valid criticism, considering like, you know,
no one's making that criticism. Who the hell is sitting here saying, oh, the game isn't worth it because the enemy, it doesn't emulate human behavior? Nobody is saying that. What the hell are you talking about?
It's not that the single player is bad. It's more accurate to say that the online is just peak in general. Like, that's like.
Of course, the online's good, Harmon. There's no doubt about it. I haven't played it because I don't have online. But no, the single player is not that good, Harmon. The reason why it's not that good is because it's just not that long.
Kind of the experience you're looking for if you're playing a sports game like this. But like the other thing that really bothers me about this is how the community at large really tried to go after like the unlockables and like the other modes in this, because you know the narrative initially was that like, oh yeah, the adventure mode isn't good, and the
come on, spit it out. This is why it's important to have a script or some bullet points or something.
Tournaments are over rather quickly, you know.
They are.
Like, people were like, you know, well, actually, no, people didn't talk about the tournaments at all.
Yes, we did. We talked about the tournaments. What the hell are you talking about?
You know, I said that the tournaments were, I kind of breezed through.
Yes, there wasn't that much of them. They were still fun, but just wasn't that much.
Okay, so people were complaining about adventure mode, but they didn't talk about all the other modes in the game, especially the.
Because when it comes to the $70 title, Harm, is single player is important for that. That's what you don't get.
Towers. Okay, one of the things people told you was that, like, oh yeah, the towers, they're just kind of there. Oh, like, apparently, like, nobody actually cleared these things, because when you do, you unlock more content. You unlock, like, more achievements that you can do in them.
We know. People said that. What the hell are you talking about, Harmon?
That, like, more flesh out the experience and, like, really help you hone your skills and, like, tackle more challenges. And this is, like, this is the reoccurring trend I've been noticing when it comes to game coverage, because I've been having a similar experience going through New Super Mario Bros. U. It feels as if most journalists and most YouTubers judge a game's single-player content exclusively on how long a single-player campaign is. Without.
Yes, that is part of it, Harmon. If, you know, like when it comes to a primarily single player game for a $70 title, it should be at least a minimum of 20 hours of quality content for $70. Now, with Mario Tennis Fever, I give it a little bit of I changed the standards a little bit because it's primarily a multiplayer game. So I don't expect 20 hours of single player content, but what I do expect is a 5-hour high quality adventure mode. That's what I expect.
Not really looking into like side content or things that like other modes.
We do look at side content, but what you want to include are like collectathon stuff when all that is just level fluff. That's level padding is all it is.
That the games offer, because like I didn't see anybody pre-release talking about the tournaments, which are well made, dynamic, and fun. I didn't see anyone talking about the towers. I didn't see anybody talking about like the mix it up mode or like.
Well, you didn't really watch anybody because RGT sat there and talked about all that. So you just didn't sit here and watch anybody's content.
Like any of these other things, like with the special rules and all that, like I didn't see anybody talk about any of that. Like the entire narrative from like Nathaniel Bandy, like initially was this idea that like the adventure.
Who the hell is Nathaniel Bandy anyways? Who the hell is that? This is like, who are you even talking about?
Mode only lasts 4 hours, you know, as if that's the only mode in the game, you know.
No, but that's an important mode. For $70, the single player mode is an important part of it. Oh, what's going on there, that PlayStation gamer? How's it going?
Yeah, like the only single player mode in the game. It's remarkable, honestly. Like how I put about like well, last time I checked it was 15. It's probably more like 20 now. You know, probably around 20 hours worth of time into this game. You know, really hooked on it since it came out. It hasn't even been a full week yet. Okay, I've been playing this so much. Like I'm putting this much time into the game. I'm enjoying it this much. And you have the average YouTuber coming out and trying to say that, like, well, the game could have had a 20-hour campaign, and I'm just like,
who the hell is saying 20 hours? I don't see a single person saying 20 hours. Okay, maybe for a single player game, yes. But for a multiplayer game, no. We are realistic. At least I am. I don't expect 20 hours of single player content when it's primarily a multiplayer game. But I do expect 5 hours at least of good quality.
like, I can't even find the time to beat the adventure mode now because I'm
No one cares. No one really cares.
having so much fun playing all these other modes. Like, to me,
Doesn't matter. Nobody cares what you want. Okay, it's not always about you, Harmon.
the adventure mode being a tutorial just kind of feels superfluous, you know? Like,
Harmon, don't use words that you can't even spell.
it's a mode meant to be an entry-level thing for people who have never played a Mario Tennis game before, and that makes
No, that's what a tutorial mode is for. A tutorial is completely different than a single player mode,
a lot of sense.
which they have technically. When you first start the game, they have a tutorial mode.
Considering, like, how often, you know, because you saw me doing this, like, it's very, very difficult to really understand this game. Like, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, especially if you, like, play real tennis and you have to understand how the charge mechanic works and how to, like, bring out certain shots and, like, who's good at what and what fever I can use. Like, it takes a while to get good at this game, I think.
Yeah, no one cares what you think, Harmon. Listen, you're not a thinker. You're not even a worker. Just sit there and let us do the thinking and the working for you.
So,
I agree, that PlayStation gamer. When are you going to start going back to reacting to him, man? We need to see your content.
the adventure mode being a tutorial actually does make a whole lot of sense, structurally speaking. Considering the people who typically play these games and, like, the skill level, this
Hey there, C-Stars Piplup. How's it going?
makes perfect sense, honestly, to me, to have the adventure mode, like, be a tutorial and then have, like, the other single-player modes be, like, the more difficult ones. Like, I don't...
Now connected to
the
Cody.
criticism that people had that the adventure mode was just a tutorial doesn't really stand as a
No, it's a glorified tutorial. There's a difference, Harmon.
valid criticism.
It is very valid because it's a glorified tutorial mode. You understand there's a difference between a glorified and something that just is a tutorial mode. A glorified tutorial mode means that it's a little bit more, but not a major difference.
And that's kind of my mentality, you know, looking at it, is that, like, I do think that the adventure mode could have been better paced. I do think it's too tutorial heavy. I think they could have made it more interesting.
Really, literally, you just said it wasn't valid criticism, and then you literally just pretty much said exactly what the other people are saying.
For sure. But at the end of the day, it still shows a lot of potential. It really shows a lot of room for growth, honestly. I think, you know, going forward, they could, like, come up with, like, some really cool ideas when it comes to, like, plot lines and stuff like that. You know, the animations in particular are gorgeous in this. But, like, I find myself, like, you know, playing this game and thinking about it, and I'm just like, you know, even if I felt that the adventure mode was too basic, the simple fact of the matter is there's so much else in this game to like that the adventure mode being underwhelming wouldn't really impact it at all. You know what I mean? But, like,
It would have impacted. What the hell are you talking about?
the community just kind of rallied behind this idea that the adventure mode killed the entire experience, and, like,
No, it didn't kill. It's not like the game was trash or anything, Harmon. We're just saying it's not worth the $70. That's all we're saying.
I just don't really think that's true. I just feel like there's so much, you get so much mileage out of this game with everything else it offers that, like, even if this mode wasn't all that memorable or good, like, the rest of it is so amazing that I don't really have an issue with it. And, like,
Okay, cool. The rest of us do.
I do think that we as, like, you know, Mario sports fans, why exactly are we so hung up over this idea that, like, these games need to have, like, lengthy single-player campaigns?
Because it's a $70 game, you idiot.
Like, why exactly is everyone spurging out about, like, single-player content in these games? Because, like,
Again, it's a $70 game. If you don't want single player content, that's fine, but don't ruin it for the rest of us that do.
honestly, I think Tennis Fever is, like, kind of my ideal ratio when it comes to this kind of thing. Like, I think it works perfectly fine. So,
You think anything Nintendo does works perfectly fine. You were complaining about DK Bonanza when it first came out, and then when everybody else was talking about it, you had to go and defend it. Same thing with Metroid Prime 4. So what you say don't even matter.
I don't understand people's mindsets when they say they want like Mario Tennis to have this extensive, lengthy RPG plot. Like that doesn't really make any sense to me. Like I think the game is just fine the way it is. I'm perfectly happy with what I'm getting out of the experience.
Well, good for you. We're not. Well, that's it for the first video. Let's read the comments. We got Rona Reef. How the debate last night. I missed it and went to bed early. It's okay. It wasn't really a debate, but it was fun. Me and Prom, we talked about some stuff. You know, it was about, you know, like what problems I had with his content. You know, I talked about reporting on rumors, you know, that you should apologize. You know, me and him are going to have to agree and disagree. But overall, Rona Reef, it was a very productive debate. He was respectful. I was respectful. I got to see a very cute, adorable dog. So, you know, I take that as a win. Anytime you get to see an amazing dog that's like happy and is adorable and cute, that's always a win, right? All righty, let's find him. All righty, Stephanie Brown. Steph's fine. Yeah, it was good. That's good. Thank you, Steph. Morning, be back. I need to read up on the Nintendo refund news. Yep, Yashiki the Scholar. Unfortunately, I have a video coming out tomorrow for the $5 upgrade, and I did the video before the refund, so looks like I'm going to be saying some stuff afterwards. Laura Boss Killer. Oh my god, exactly. True Dosh fan, how are you, ABS? I'm doing amazing. Hey, Hartman, nobody cares. Hyperstar Cage. Variety Matt Media, what's up? What's up? Good morning there, DBZ Nation. Yes, hit that like family, like button, family. Keep telling the truth. I will. Did you see the video Harmon Smith made where if you emulate, he thinks you're the I've heard about it, Wooden's Throne? I'm hoping that I didn't throw that one on there because I'm going to react to like 3 Harmon Smith videos today. So I really hope I did not throw the one on there where he says the N-word. Harmon makes no sense. No, he does not. Harmon's taste is trash. Yes, it is, that PlayStation gamer. He said Star Fox Zero was better than any Sony game. Yeah, that's a lie. It is not better. I've never played the game, but from what I've heard, it is not better. I heard that was not a very good game. Laura Boss Killer. Hey, chatting. I don't understand what that is. Harmon Smith has about the same amount of brain cells as Chris Chan. I don't even know who Chris Chan is. Running Reef. Awesome. Good to hear. Good morning, ABS. Debates that always end up healthy is the best way to. Oh, very true. And the full video of me and him, it's a little over an hour. It'll be out Wednesday morning for you guys. All right. All righty. Let's get into the next video. Come on. Why is everything we say?
What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
Alright, so we gotta talk about this. So yesterday during the Sony State of Play,
that PlayStation gamer Harmon was on a roll last week. Nah, we got it. I'm just hoping it isn't the one where he drops the N-word.
which was actually a very good showing. Very good showing. I really enjoyed that showing. But Sony announced.
I enjoyed the showing also, but this is where I find funny. I don't know about you, PlayStation gamer. I'm actually in the middle of playing this game, Sons of Sparta, and I'm actually enjoying it. I agree, the art style sucks, but I just find it funny that Nintendo fans of all people are complaining about art styles all of a sudden.
A new God of War spinoff yesterday called God of War Sons of Sparta.
Yes.
And yeah, so there was a rumor that there was going to be a God of War spinoff.
Yes. And it's actually an amazing, so far, I'm loving this game.
That was going to be announced at State of Play. And that rumor held true. But what...
Yes. And it is amazing. I know, Doc Trey, you want this game. You want some of this PlayStation goodness, don't you?
Didn't hold true is exactly what type of game this would be.
It's supposed to be a 2D Metroidvania game, which is exactly what it is.
So the rumor was that this was
What? That PlayStation gamer, I think it's at least an 8 out of 10. For a $30 game, yeah, if you compare it to the rest of the God of Wars, maybe, but as a $30 game, man, I think it should be an 8 out of 10 at least. But I haven't beaten it yet.
going to be a 2.5D game.
I heard a 2D. I don't know about the 2.5D.
This isn't that. This is a straight up 2D sprite game.
And that's fine. It has amazing voice acting. So far, a great story. I like the combat. What's the problem?
And watching its announcement and the reaction to this game's announcement, specifically from Sony fanboys, is hilarious because it just proves just how hypocritical these dudes are and dudettes.
Yes, the people that were trashing art styles of other games, but all of a sudden loving this one, I would agree as a hypocrite. You know, I'll say you're trash. The art style was trash. They should have went with like an HD art style. They could have done a way better art style. And the thing is, it doesn't even have to be the whole thing. The environments are fine. It's just the characters and the monsters. Those they should have done a different art style for. But not really the monsters, just more the characters.
This game does not look good at all. Now, I'm not.
You of all people should not be talking. When you got games like Bayonetta Origins, even though I will say if you like Bayonetta Origins, I absolutely love that game. I find that game almost near to be a masterpiece, but that art style was not good.
Not saying that this can't be a good game. I'm sure the game will be good, but personally,
It is. It actually is really good. I think it's good, but I haven't finished it yet.
I have zero interest in this game.
Of course. But if it was on Nintendo, I bet you would.
Zero. And it's funny seeing all these PlayStation fanboys hype this game up, knowing damn well if Nintendo had pulled out some game that looked like this, that looked exactly like this, that was a Nintendo exclusive, you would have just heard, oh, this is $5 slop self.
Yes, you most likely would have. And we knew that you wouldn't be sitting here saying that it looked bad. You would have been defending it. Trust me, I've heard from plenty of Nintendo people defending trash art styles.
Phone slop, $10 at best. They got the nerve to charge $30 for this.
I mean, I don't understand. I thought $30 is pretty fair. From what I've seen, you get a 10-hour game. It has great voice acting. The story so far is really good. I enjoy the combat. So far, I'm enjoying the Metroidvania style. You know, it's fun. This is the first Metroidvania style game I've actually really enjoyed. But I haven't played too many Metroidvania style games either. I just wish they would have went with a better art style. I can actually agree with that one. But I have no problem throwing out Nintendo games that have terrible art styles also.
And the funny thing about the presentation is like it shows like captured on PlayStation 5 Pro. Like this game wouldn't look identical on the Wii U, let alone the PlayStation 5. I just thought that was funny. Like captured on PlayStation 5
It's just a marketing term, you know that.
Pro. Yeah. This game does not look that good at all. And
Our style doesn't look that good, but we know if it would have been on your platform, you would have been defending it.
I get it. It's not supposed to, but it's just funny seeing all these people that are constantly bashing Nintendo for graphics, constantly calling this game, this cell phone, this is slop. And they're hyping this up simply because it's a God of War game.
Yes, God of War holds a lot of weight. Like I said, I think it's amazing. But we know that this would have been on Nintendo, you would have been defending it. Come on. Now, I will agree. If there are people that were trashing certain games with terrible art styles, but somehow was saying this game has a amazing art style, I would agree with you. The sprites of the humans do not look good.
Simply because of that. And like I said, I don't find this game appealing.
My guy, if you liked Metroid Dread, you would like this game. If you like Metroidvanias, you would like this game. You just don't find it appealing because it's on PlayStation. We all know you're jealous. You want all that PlayStation goodness.
And this is coming from someone that's pretty much owned all the mainline God of War games that were on console. And I
Mean PlayStation?
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. And
that's okay. We're not feeling the Mario background you always put up. When are you going to put up something different?
It's just, I mean, this is not what the game was rumored to be. This is not a 2.5D game. This is not.
Okay, but how is that PlayStation's fault? PlayStation's not the one, or Sony's fault. Sony's not the one that said it was going to be a 2.5D game. You can't get mad at them because it didn't come out to be what the rumors were saying. That was the people that were running around spreading them.
A game like Metroid Dread.
That's like not getting the General Direct last week because it didn't come out because the rumor said it was going to come out. That's not Nintendo's fault.
This is not this. This is just a straight up 2D game. And another game that I had bought that had a similar art style to this was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Yes, which that game was phenomenal. That is a classic. Even though I know that it's a relatively newer game, it feels like a classic. If nobody has played this game, I heavily advise you guys to play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That game is amazing.
But even then, when I initially saw the visuals of that game, I wasn't really feeling it.
Of course, if it was a Nintendo game, you would be changing your tone. If Nintendo would have made a Mario game with the exact same art styles as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Sons of Sparta, you would be saying a different tone. I guarantee you.
Because I thought that they were going to go more of the Streets of Rage 4 route.
Yeah, I agree. The Streets of Rage 4 is a much better art style. But even if the art style is not good, if the rest of the game is solid, I can overlook a bad art style.
The game turned out to be really, really good. But, yeah, the art wasn't really my cup of tea. And this game, even being a PlayStation 5 exclusive, somehow looks a lot worse than Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
No, it doesn't. It looks very similar. What the hell are you talking about? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just looks more bright and vibrant. That's the only reason why. Okay, like this is a $30 game. This is not a $60, $70 AAA title here. This is at an indie level. What are you talking about, Doc Trey?
And another thing that's funny, I'm seeing all these PlayStation fanboys on Twitter and stuff like, oh, you Nintendo fanboys are just mad this game isn't on the Switch too. Not really. Like,
I think you are. We all know you want some of that PlayStation goodness there, Doc Trey. The reason why I keep saying PlayStation goodness was because he did a video talking about how everybody's jealous of the Switch 2. Everybody wants some of that Nintendo goodness. That's why I keep doing it to him.
Most Nintendo fans couldn't care less if this game came to Switch 2 because it does not look that good.
If it were literally been a palette swap, where instead of them two, it was Mario and Luigi, you would be singing a much different tone right now.
At all. Actually, the most interesting thing about this game would be just news of it, just of the game coming to Switch 2, just because it's a God of War game. But as far as being actually interested in what has been shown and what...
How funny would it be if they actually released this on the Switch 2 and it sold millions of copies? That would be funny.
It's available for this game, because they did shadow drop it. It's available today. I have zero interest in this game. Just like I had zero interest in the Horizon Lego game.
I mean, even PlayStation people had zero interest in that game. That's why it didn't sell that well.
That came to the Switch. But it's funny. It's funny. Every year, Sony fans just show how hypocritical they are. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you guys...
Oh, I already let you know what I think. I know you'll be watching this one.
Interested in this game? If it came to the Switch 2, would you actually pick it up?
We all know you would. You want some of that PlayStation goodness there.
like I said, game doesn't seem to be my cup of tea. It looks I guess.
It is more than all right. It's actually a fun game. It really is.
If it came to Switch 2, maybe I'd pick it up in a year or two, or a year when it's, $5 or $10. But as of now, I have no
Well, hopefully they pull a Nintendo and never lower the price. I'm joking.
interest. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Yep, that one is it. And the next one will be a Harmon Smith video, but let's read off the comments. Alrighty. 3 Harmon, oh my god, man. No, save your insanity. Like I said, man, PlayStation Gamer, he was on a roll this week. I think it is PS4, Sons of Sparta on the PS4. Nope, I was wrong, which is weird. This game could easily run on the PS4. I don't understand why. It's not like this is going to be a system seller here. Rumors are literal tumors. Exactly there, Hyperstar Cage. I have it. That's great. The rumors were right, though. They said it was a Metroidvania. Very true. But even if the rumors would have been wrong, you can't get mad at PlayStation for that. They're not the ones that started the damn rumors. Good game, tried the best. I agree. Does this man enjoy anything without the Nintendo seal? I don't think so. Yeah, it was shocking about the rumor Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green for Switch was real. Yeah, I know. That's why at first you didn't see me report on the rumor, because I just don't like reporting on rumors unless there's something tangible to go on. Nintendo fans had the lowest standards. That is very true. All right, let's get into the next video.
All right,
Oh, no, it's not Harmon. It is Nukem. Good old Nuki.
guys, so there has been this tweet recently on Twitter that has gotten just
Oh, we know this one's going to trigger PlayStation Gamer here.
a little bit popular. And it's basically this tweet about which one of these video game companies, major video game companies, would you delete? If you had to delete any one of them, which one would it be? And I believe
I mean, the answer is obvious. It would be Xbox. But see, it really depends. It depends in which one are you going to go. Okay, are you going to go with who's doing the most egregious for hardware price? Or are you going to do the one who is the most egregious when it comes to the price of games? Are we going to do which one contributes the least to the gaming industry when it comes to hardware? I mean, depends on the answer, though.
it's Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, or Steam, or Valve, whatever it is. Whatever it is for PC gaming, I'm guessing that would be Valve or Steam.
Yes, that's what Steam is. The biggest digital storefront in gaming.
Anyways, a lot of people will say you'd be stupid to delete Nintendo. You absolutely would be retarded to do that.
I mean, if we did, we wouldn't have to worry about $80 games anymore there, Nuki.
But then a lot of people say the same thing for PlayStation. Oh, PlayStation has done so much.
I mean, PlayStation has done a lot. Xbox, I mean, they have done the least amount when you think about it.
You'd be crazy to get rid of them. Well, question is, what have they been doing for gamers as of late? What has PlayStation been doing?
Not raising prices to $80. Just saying.
For gamers, what have they been doing? Even just for their own diehard PlayStation fans, what have they've done recently?
They just released Ghost of Yote. Aren't they coming out with like 3 games this year? You got Soros, you got Wolverine, and we just got the God of War Sons of Sparta. So yeah, PlayStation's giving us 3 games, or going to give us 3 games this year.
Most of the games they've been releasing in the past 10 years, probably more than that, even since like the PlayStation 4, have been garbage. And you know what? It all started with The Last of Us. The Last of Us
is an amazing game. You will put some respect on that name. The Last of Us still has one of the greatest stories in any video game.
What began this this trend of cinematic experiences where it's just, a bunch of cutscenes. Most of the time, you're just walking to the next cutscene, but hey, you could admire how beautiful the background is and how detailed it is. You're just walking from scene to scene. There'll be
I know. We all know you want some of that PlayStation goodness there, don't you, Nuki?
quick time events, stupid stuff like that. They try to make it like a movie that you can interact with. That's kind of been their whole thing ever since Nintendo has bullied them out of making actual video games. They decided
Yeah, Nintendo never bullied PlayStation. Stop the cap already.
They didn't want to compete with Nintendo anymore when it came to making video games, so that's why they started doing.
I mean, Nintendo wasn't much competition until the Switch. The Switch is the first time in how long they were actual competition. Now, if you go on to go to the handhelds, yeah, they were competition with the handheld. But if you're talking about like the home console, since the PS1, the only competition they had was the Switch 1. Switch 2 most likely will be competition.
Doing these cinematic experiences. So if anybody should be deleted, it is PlayStation of all people. Xbox is garbage. They pretty much deleted themselves already.
Unfortunately, we're talking about hardware space. Games wise, no, I don't want them to go away because I'm excited for Horizon and I'm excited, or Forza Horizon, and I'm excited for Fable. I'm excited for the Beast of Reincarnation. So I don't want them to go away either. I don't want any of them to go away. But if we had to pick one, I hate to say it, I would pick Xbox.
Kind of deleted themselves, going, completely multi-plat and third party. So in a way, it's like they deleted themselves or whatever. They're, as far as I'm concerned, they're just a third-party publisher at this point that, for some reason, stupidly chooses to continue making consoles. So yeah, it's really just PlayStation that should be deleted. And Valve and Steam, I mean, they don't really have much of a big fan base, anyways.
They don't have a big dude. Have you seen the Steam fanboys? Okay. People may not think they exist. Trust me, Steam has a very big fan base, and not everybody likes Steam as a fanboy.
They don't have that many people. They have a very small minority of people who are very.
My guy, Steam has a bigger population of people than Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox combined.
Loud on the internet, and that's it. But they're not really that big. So yeah, it would be PlayStation that needs to get deleted. Their games are trash. Too many stupid morons out there still buy their crap consoles, even though they don't sell nearly as well as Nintendo does. You still got morons just buying a PlayStation because they think that it's the only console to get. It's like, oh, it's the PlayStation 5. It's like buying Nike. Even though there's way better shoes out there than Nike.
Just like there's way better things than Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo has some good games, but I'm not going to pretend like their hardware is the top of the line here.
So yeah, it would be PlayStation that should be deleted. I don't give a shit if they've done anything good. I don't think they've really done much. I think if you look back,
nobody asked you what you thought, and that's what you get for thinking.
In history, there's nothing great they've really done for video games. PlayStation 3 might be the peak when it comes to PlayStation. I think PlayStation 3 is probably the one console you can point at and say that was like one of the best PlayStation eras there ever were. Definitely had great exclusives on that system. Definitely the console itself pretty good, a really good console.
Yes, so was the PS4. All the consoles were good. The PS5, I mean, they're starting to get good. When we're seeing what they're cooking now, they're starting to get better. But no, I would say before this year, there were a few games, but it was nothing really to run home about, even though God of War Ragnarok was amazing.
Well-made console. So yeah, PlayStation 3 was great. I would say PlayStation 3 is great. Everything else though, PlayStation 1 and okay, PlayStation.
You will put some respect on PlayStation 1's name.
2, straight garbage, complete.
Oh, you're just jelly that they're still the highest selling console of all time.
Trash. PlayStation 4, garbage. PlayStation 5, garbage. They have more trash systems than they have good ones.
Nope. Try again, sir. They've had all their systems have been very successful. They've only had one console, or not even a console, it was the handheld. Only one thing that was a failure, and that was the PS Vita. And if they would have tried with it, they would have actually, that one would have been successful. You guys have had, Nintendo has had, the Wii U was a failure. The Virtual Boy was a failure. If we look at the GameCube was almost a failure. N64 was not selling like crazy either. So you can stop the cap already.
What great games has PlayStation given us throughout their lifespan?
Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Jack and Dexter. They've given us Horizon, God of War, Days Gone. I mean, I can keep going on and on.
Some people like God of War.
Legend of Dragoon, one of the greatest JRPGs of all time.
Or there's a lot of people who don't care for it. Again, that's another video game that has pretty linear gameplay, quick time.
You're going to complain about linear gameplay. When there's plenty of Nintendo games that were linear, they just finally started doing their open world stuff. For crying out loud. Now they're going overboard with it.
Events and stupid stuff like that. It's not, or at least it didn't used to be a cinematic experience. It used to be more of a video game, an actual video game, but
still a video game.
And
you do realize that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was a heavily cinematic experience. You couldn't go more than 100 feet without triggering a cutscene.
Recently, it's become more like the rest of these over the shoulder, third person cinematic experiences. But even the original God of War games, I will say, they did look like ass. They didn't look great. They didn't look fun. They didn't look.
Oh, they were amazing. You have no idea what you're talking about, Nuki.
Extraordinary in any way possible. Trying to think. I mean, Kill Switch game. I mean, it's not Kill Switch. Twisted Metal games. Those games.
Twisted Metal was fun back in the day. The last one wasn't good. You could think that Dave Jaffe guy or Jet, whatever his damn name is,
look fun. Combat vehicle games are awesome. Kirby Air Riders is the best one, but
nope. Twisted Metal will always be better.
Twisted Metal looked like a pretty good game, and I did play a little bit of it. I think it was 2, Twisted Metal 2, I believe. Could have been 3 if there is a third one.
Oh, I thought you didn't like the PS1. Well, you said it was all right. Never mind.
The Killzone series looks
Killzone, from what I heard, is good. You got Little Big Planet, Infamous, Uncharted.
That I always wanted to get into. Killzone. Infamous 1, Infamous 2.
All the Infamouses were good. Even Second Son was good.
I don't know about the third Infamous game. I think people hate on that one. It's like you're playing.
Well, it's because we wanted to play as Cole. That was the reason why.
As a different person, and there's something about it that's just not as good as the first two. Fat Princess is another game that looks cool.
Did you say That Princess or PlayStation Gamer? Is there a PlayStation game called Fat or That Princess? I've never heard that game.
So there are some good exclusives out there, but they don't really make them anymore. If anything, they're always trying to make new IPs. They're always trying to make.
Well, what they've been trying to do lately is they've been trying to make live service games. They've realized that they messed up. Hopefully, they're going to sit here. Like this year alone, they made three games. You got Soros, you got Wolverine, which that's my most anticipated game of the year. I'm just a huge Marvel fan.
Make something new.
Oh, Spider-Man. How can I forget Spider-Man? We got Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2. So no, PlayStation has given us plenty of games too, just like Nintendo has. Just like Xbox has, even though I've never played a Valve game, from what I heard, Half-Life is a really good game.
I mean, I really don't understand why. It's kind of stupid. It's like they just want to be
Really, that PlayStation gamer. It's called Fat Princess? Really? Huh.
known for always making new franchises or something, and a lot of them just don't even stick.
This generation, they've been trying. No, that's not true. Most of the franchises that they made did stick, but this year they just tried to do too many live service games.
So yeah, I mean, if there's anyone that should be deleted, really, it's PlayStation. I mean, I think they suck. Let them.
Nobody cares again, that's what you get for thinking.
Go out, sell their franchises and intellectual properties to other people, maybe to Nintendo, and we'll pretty much be better off without them, because all they really do is they don't really do anything innovative. It's just another console that's slightly more powerful than the last one. And
isn't that what the Switch 2 is? Where was the innovation with the Switch 2?
It's going to have more boring video games on it, and it's just.
What was the innovation with the GameCube?
It's going to be flooded with third-party games. So, I mean, do we even really need them? We don't.
Yes, we do.
We don't. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Yeah, I don't think.
Okay, good. We're done. Because I don't know what is going on, but he'll sit here, end his video, and play music for a while for some odd reason. Who's the next one? Is it Harmon Smith? Yep, it is Harmony Smith will be the next one. Let's read off the channel. Okay. We got, alrighty. I love Epic isn't even considered. Well, Yashike the Scholar, no, they're not going to consider Epic. I get rid of Xbox because Steam is better than all 3 console platforms. I will say that Steam is better with their storefront. That is true. Laura Boss Killer, Ghost of Yote, good. That, yeah, from what I heard, is good. They have a lot in the pipeline. I just have to wait. Exactly. Hopefully, I'm just hoping. PlayStation is third party. That's true. They're a crazy gamer. Technically, they are. Not all their games are third party just yet, but they are third party technically. 2 things can be correct at the same time. Exactly there, Dustin Town said. Okay, no, the whole Sony games are only cutscene thing is such blank, and I'm so tired of hearing. I understand. I agree. The thing is, if you ever played Xenoblade Chronicles 3, they had a lot of cutscenes. Angry Vigilante Show. Mind if I call in if you're open up to it? Here, let me finish the comments and I will. Vita did okay in Japan, but yeah, it was the only flop. That is true. Morning, what did I all miss? I'm looking forward to Fable, Road Kings, and Power World. Is the Power World update, is that supposed to be, is it still going to be an early release? So overboard with that, I bet the next 3D Mario will be open world. Oh, yeah, from what the rumor's saying is going to be. Yes, it was called Fat Princess. Really, Raymond YouTube one. I've never heard, I got to look this one up after this. Yes, it was made by the same dev team that made God of War. Jesus Christ. Sony just takes a while to get the games out. Well, PlayStation Gamer is because they were chasing that live service trend. I get sleep, watch letter, you cool friend. Exactly. There you go. Get some sleep. Are you going to do player essence today? No, Betful Zexel, because I recorded part of the live stream, and unfortunately, the damn the thing I was going to react to, it has no audio, and I just didn't have time to go back and record it again. Alrighty, so let's get a hold of that PlayStation Gamer. Discord. Let's open up my Discord. Alrighty. Where is that? There he is. Let's call him in. Okay, here it is. Alright. Hello there.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, give me a second here.
Alrighty.
Okay.
They can hear you.
Okay, I'm hearing you like twice.
You're hearing me twice. Oh, do you have the video open while the live stream's going?
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah,
I hear a weird little delay, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, Jesus Christ, 3 Harmon videos. Do you not value your sanity?
Well, Harmon was on the roll this week, and it was only supposed to be 2, but the player essence one I was going to react to, it had no sound, and I realized like half an hour before it was going to go live, and I didn't have time to re-record it and clip it out and everything, so I could not do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it just goddamn Nintendo Nukem. I swear his videos just have this amazing effect, the greatest effect ever of making me just want to go back to sleep. Just like, my God, dude. Like,
yeah, I think I'm the one that has to react to it. But see, when I watch his videos, I do this with everybody's videos. So because I don't like watching things in normal speed. I only do it because I'm live streaming. That is the only reason why. But I really just do not. Usually I watch everything in 1.5 to 1.8 speed, depending who it is. If I am listening to Player Essence live stream because how fast he talks, I have to watch that one in 1.5 speed. He's just too fast of a talker. But if it's Harmon Smith, it's 2.0 speed, 2 times speed for him.
Yeah, because I was like, man, it's that last one kind of went through fast. I was like, geez, because I know like Nintendo Nukem, he takes forever. There's like so much dead air too. It's like, good Lord, man, did you forget you're recording a video for a second?
Oh, I think so.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you because I don't know if you know this. Well, you probably know this. I made a very cringe ass video, and for the record, you're always welcome to react to it if you want. The PlayStation Pony.
I just thought you were being funny. I didn't take it seriously.
I was being funny because literally I was making a video and I was just like bored, and I was like, you know what? This makes me the video already. I sound like a pony because like I was going super defense squad for Sony, so I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's put an overlay on there. I literally looked up My Little Pony on YouTube, not YouTube, Google, and I was like, that's the little pony I used. Is like the first result I found.
Mhm.
I was like, why not? But yeah, man, like we've had a crazy week, haven't we? With
yeah.
gaming. Blue Point gets shut down, and Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer leave. Actually today.
Oh yeah. That video is coming out today about Blue Point Studio. I'm not happy with PlayStation for doing that.
Oh no,
But-
same here, man. Same. It's I think it's a decision. It's gonna come back and bite him in the butt.
Oh, they did. Especially because I heard a rumor. Usually I don't cover rumors, but this rumor is very important. I heard that Blue Point Studios pitched the idea to remake Legend of Dragoon. If that ever came to be true, I will be so angry.
That actually happened. Do you know how
Mhm.
much of a money maker that is? Just
Oh, it would be. I would
it
think
is
after
insane.
how successful Expedition 33 was, because you could clearly tell that that Legend of Dragoon's combat inspired that game.
Oh yeah.
You would think they would be like, oh, this game won Game of the Year. We should go
And
remake this.
And the irony is that's the IP they own that's dormant, has built up a fan base over the years, and yet they're just going to do nothing with it. Typical PlayStation. Hey, we'll milk the shit out of Horizon and The Last of Us, but when it comes to IPs you actually want, hands up in the air. What? You think we're actually going to do something?
Mhm.
That's what I think it's so frustrating about being a PlayStation guy these days. It's like they make decisions that just make you go, "Why are you doing this? Why? Do you hate me? Did I do something to you in a past life that I'm paying for now?"
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, are you excited for Wolverine?
I'm excited for Wolverine, but I need to see more gameplay of it because I'm very curious how his healing factor comes into play, and like Wolverine's essentially like indestructible for the most part,
Mhm.
unless you destroy him on a cellular level. So like, how can he die? I mean, like he can be ripped apart, but it's like he'll still heal.
Yeah.
Although his healing factor is not as good as Deadpool's, actually, if I remember right.
See, I'm excited, but I don't even have to see the gameplay. It's just one of those things I'm immediately gonna buy. It's Insomniac. They made 2 good games. Even though people love shitting on, well, they made 3 good games if we're going to include Miles Morales. Technically 4 if you want to include the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I love Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It just wasn't worth $70. It was too damn short.
I agree with that too, because like I think a lot of people are a little too hard on Spider-Man 2. I guess like I swear Venom is cursed. Because like every time they put him in something,
they screwed up royally with Venom. There was no doubt about that. They screwed up. Venom seriously needs to have his own game. And when it came to Venom, I didn't love the idea of Harry getting the symbiote suit, but I mean, I could tolerate it. If we go by story wise, no, first Spider-Man hands down was far better. But if we go by everything else, no, I got to give Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was phenomenal.
For me, it ranks as far as story goes: Spider-Man 1, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2.
See, this one might be a shocker. I would actually put Miles Morales at number 1. I love the story of Miles Morales. I thought Miles Morales' story was amazing.
It is good. And for the record, I don't know if you're aware of this rumor, but the rumor is the next game after Wolverine will be a solo Venom game.
Yeah. Oh, and I will buy that one too. I'm a huge Marvel fan, so they can come out and just have a rumor where they just drop a trailer of the title saying it's going to be a Deadpool game, and I will buy it immediately. That's how much of a fanboy I am for Marvel. I'll admit.
How about a Deadpool remaster?
That would be nice. See, I never got to play that Deadpool game because they're just too expensive. To be able to play them, they're just way too expensive.
I got a copy on PS3. cost me $50.
Well, yeah, but
And
see,
that was slightly used.
yeah, well, isn't a PS4 copy like over $100?
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's the reason why I would, but I was told it's not that good of a game. I was told it's an average game.
It's I would say it's a little bit above average because it did make me laugh, but yeah, gameplay wise, it's about average. But funny enough, sorry.
Obviously, you want to know a sequel we need for a Marvel game? The Punisher. That Punisher on the PS2 is amazing.
That game, I want to know the development story behind that because, like, who is the crazy genius? Is like, hey, we know this is a licensed game. No one's gonna really give a shit about it, so let's just have fun with it.
Exactly.
Like, really have fun with it. But yeah, my most anticipated games actually this year are now Kena 2 and Blood of the Dawnwalker, and then probably Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for Blood and Dawnwalker. I'm also excited for the DC Legos game. Or the Batman game.
Fun.
I mean, the Legos Batman game. That one I'm excited for because I'm also a massive Batman fan.
Yeah, well, don't you mean Netflix Batman? Because Batman's going to be owned by Netflix.
Oh, hey, I'm perfectly. See, a lot of people are getting angry over that. I'm fine with Netflix on it because I love Netflix. I have Netflix, so I'm perfectly fine with all the DC stuff going over to Netflix.
Yeah,
Same thing with Harry Potter.
Yeah, I want to see this year kind of make things a little bit better because, like, goddamn, last year was insufferable for me. Like, we had one game to look forward to. That's it
for PlayStation. Yeah. See, that's why I like playing on more than one console. Because I can, our platform, I can sit here and have multiple games to look forward to. Like this year, I'm not going to play as many new games because I just don't feel like spending the money. And I'm not making massive amounts of money on YouTube yet. So I'm more focused in on my backlog at the moment. Like right now, I'm switching between Sons of Sparta and Tears of the Kingdom. Like before I went live, I played a few hours of Sons of Sparta. I'm actually enjoying the game. But I'm not looking as a massive, AAA development $70 title. I'm looking at like a $30 indie level title is the way I'm looking at it.
I mean, for like a small scale project at $30, yeah, it's pretty damn good for the most part. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of 2D games. That's just me. I recognize that as a weakness.
Yeah, see, I've been heavily getting into 2D games, so I actually enjoy them. Like I used to not enjoy the whole I forgot what I was going to say because Retrofusion you need to play some NBA bounce. Retrofusion, I looked at it and it just doesn't look like my kind of game, but if it ever goes out on a discount like the Grinch game did, I will probably pick it up. Because of Retrofusion, I actually did pick up the Grinch because it was $9.99 at Walmart. And
could be worse.
Yep. Well, I have my cousin, her little girls absolutely love the Grinch. So if I don't end up liking it, I can just always give it to them. That's the way I look at it.
I think the best 2D game I ever played was Dust Elysian Tale. If you've never seen it, look it up. It's a game that was made by one guy, and it's insanely good.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm going to have to let you go because I got to get back to reacting, but also I got to go to the bathroom too. So,
all right.
Retrofusion just said it's like $10 at Walmart. Okay, Retrofusion, I will sit here and do that. And what song do you? What song do you want me to play there, Rich? PlayStation Gamer, while I'm going to the bathroom.
Well, since you're about to start a Harmon Smith video, why not the Harmon Smith song?
All righty, sounds good.
All right, thanks for having me on, man.
You're welcome, man. Bye. All righty, sorry guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. Just give me one quick second.
Angry vigilante and desire on the mic, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. To fire brands, no fake disguise. Call it how it is, no need for lies. Harmon Smith, the king of cope, worships Nintendo like it's pure hope. Defends every flaw, every lazy move, like denial alone will make it smooth.
Alrighty, sorry about that, guys. We got a few more. So we got one from Dustin Town. The intro music referring to Player Essence hairline is next level. Yes, it is. I completely agree. They need to make more games like Astrobot. I would actually like that. I loved Astrobot. I would love to have like an Astro Racer, Astrobot 2. That would be great. I kind of agree that their games are like movie games now, kind of fatiguing. I mean, I'm fine with some movie games. I just don't like it the way they did it with Final Fantasy 16 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Even though I loved both the games, I just did not like how you would walk 100 feet and then boom, you would be in another cutscene. It was annoying. And then we got Nuki spouts the same stupid points. Very true. Hyperstar Cage is just rambling of a fool. Very true. DC about to get zesty now. Yes, that's true. It's in the store. Okay. Also, I have to go pick it up in store. Gotcha, Retro Fusion. Alrighty. What games are you guys looking forward to the most coming in 2026? Well, I already said Retro is Pokemon Leaf Green. Leaf Green, man. Come on, it's all about the Fire Red. Alrighty, let's get into good old Harmon.
The Virtual Boy is very, very interesting to me because this is a re-release of a console that I think a lot of people didn't expect to get a re-release. You know, this is it's out on NSO. You can get this piece of hardware on the Nintendo Store. You can plug in your Switch to it, and it can pretty accurately recreate the experience of actually playing on a Virtual Boy. So it's
yes, and guess what? It recreates trash. I don't care what anybody says. We all knew that thing was a trash. There's a reason why that thing flopped. And hit the title of his video, no shit, is literally
better than
Nintendo has won the VR war. I didn't even know there was a war to begin with.
like the 2D like conversions on emulation that like you may be familiar with. So this has like the 3D effects that are completely unemulatable, by the way. So it looks in.
I'm pretty certain. I've been told that those games have been emulated on the PC for a long time. And from what I've also been told, the whole 3D part means nothing.
Plays like the actual Virtual Boy, and
Harmon, it is not some, what's the word I'm looking for? It is literally not to where it's going to make that much of a difference where you're like, oh, well, you don't get the experience like you do on the Virtual Boy. My guy, everyone who has bought it is literally saying the same thing as they did almost 3 decades ago. There was a reason why it flopped.
it's something that like a lot of us never thought would happen. You know, I was pushing for like Nintendo to do something like this with DS first, but I do think this is like a.
I mean, we don't really need to sit here and do anything with DS. I don't want to have to buy a case for my system to be able to play the DS games. Just let us be able to play them to begin with.
Pretty good first step in that like they're releasing hardware that you can plug your Switch into and can emulate other Nintendo consoles. So I'm sure they can do the same thing with DS emulation, with Wii U emulation. You know, I'm sure at a certain point we're going to see like more and more classic Nintendo hardware just kind of expand with these kind of accessories. But like, that's not what this video is about. Like, the interesting thing about this to me is that looking at the Virtual Boy and how much effort they put into like the unique form factor.
There's nothing unique about it. What effort did they put into it, Harmon? Are you kidding me?
You know, plugging your Switch into the Virtual Boy and then having like the goggles simulate like the 3D effect. It's very interesting to me because I feel as if in theory this would be a perfectly, the console is perfectly capable of doing the exact same thing but with a more modern VR headset.
Do what? Are you talking about what the other VRs do? No, they do not do the exact same thing.
So you could plug your Switch into a VR, into a headset, have the Switch be the computer, and like have it like run the games and all that. But the headset is just kind of like a goggle to like simulate the 3D effect.
It doesn't do anything. It literally does absolutely nothing, Harmon.
I think in theory, this is like what Nintendo is going to do when it comes to like VR going forward. Because
Harmon, if they do that going forward, it's going to fail again just like it did before. It's not good.
all know like VR is a niche thing. It's too expensive. Like there isn't enough software for it. But they're definitely
And Nintendo is not going to change that. Not with that damn Virtual Boy. They're going to have to severely do some differences.
is this like potential there. And I feel like Nintendo for a long time has been struggling on how best to like try and like go into this industry without really going.
Well, Retro Fusion. DSP said it was trash because he couldn't stream with it. No shit, you couldn't stream with it. The thing is, we knew that you couldn't stream with it beforehand. We knew you were going to have to. We all knew there was no actual hardware in the Virtual Boy. You know, DSP is just a fucking idiot.
Going into it because like it's just not viable right now. And we saw that already with like Labo VR, where like a lot of major Nintendo games had like these VR headsets that like.
You know, Retro Fusion would know this. Was Labo VR actually any good? Because I never used it. I didn't want to buy a bunch of cardboard. It just didn't interest me.
You could use and play with like the Labo VR. It wasn't super popular or successful, but they tried that with the cardboard. Like people clowned on it, but like the reality of it was that Nintendo was experimenting with a method to make VR as cheap as possible. Okay, so the core issue with the technology, the price point would not be an issue going forward, right? And with the Virtual Boy,
Cheap. The thing is not cheap, Harmon. If you want the full experience, literally going to cost you $150 if you don't already have the expansion. It would be one thing if they just included the games with the actual VR headset, but no, Harmon, they didn't.
they did something similar in which like they had two different versions of the Virtual Boy. They had like the fully fledged hardware replication, which is what I got. And then you have the cardboard. And a lot of people right now are saying the cardboard version that you can
I heard the cardboard version is actually better. That's just what I heard.
get for $25 is actually superior. I don't know how true that is, but like I think
Well, come on, Harmon. We all know you got all that money from what you're saying. Why don't you go buy it and find out?
that really showcases Nintendo's mindset when it comes to this is that like they are experimenting with the possibilities of VR, using these Virtual Boys, using this cardboard to try and like beta test this technology. And
Harmon, they do not need to go forward with this technology. There's a reason why it failed before. There's going to be a reason why it's going to fail again.
I do think it's very, very possible that we very well may see an actual Nintendo VR headset this generation because of it.
We better not. Not from the Virtual Boy. We better not. It's not going to be good.
But it's going to like be very functionally different than other VR headsets, where it will not be its own isolated thing. Where like Meta is just like, oh yeah, please pay $500 so we can seize your so we can sell your personal information to advertisers. That's Meta's actual business model, by the way.
From what I heard this is a rumor. I don't know how true it is, but I heard all the platforms do that, whether it's Nintendo, whether it's Microsoft, PlayStation. I've heard that Steam does it. I don't know how true any of this is, but I've heard all of them do it.
Nintendo's going to be like, hey, guess what? We're going to have actual video games with this actual VR headset that's like a fifth the price of what you'll pay for elsewhere. Because you already have.
Harmon, I guarantee you, if Nintendo ever made a VR that's actually going to be able to compete with the rest of the VR stuff, it is not going to be no $100, Harmon. You are actually an idiot if you think that they're going to create a modern VR thing and only charge $100.
Like the actual expensive thing to switch to. Like you just need like a headset to set it in. Right, and there may be like some bells and whistles to it. It may function as like a dock. It may have like some different features. Like I can see it being like 150, like more than the Virtual Boy.
Okay, now he's sitting here and changing 150. No, they're gonna be making that $300-400.
You know, in theory, they could like come out and do this. And
What's TOG or log? What is that, Retro Fusion? You said TOG because Sony stopped supporting it. What?
I feel as if people aren't really thinking about like the implications of this. Like if Nintendo.
No, because all we're thinking about is how trash it is. No one cares about what the implications are. The implication is it implements migraines, nausea, makes you sick. That's what it implements.
Nintendo could sell like a $150 headset that you can plug your Switch 2 into
Oh, that PlayStation game. Okay, my bad.
to have all the same features as like a $500 like Oculus MetaQuest 3. Like that is going to completely eviscerate that entire industry.
And they're not going to do it. Not at the price point you're trying to say it is. Not where it's going to be on level with that.
Like that is just going to be damning. It's going to be ridiculous. Like there will be no recovery from Meta at that point, because this is a headset that like already that like people have a lot of issues with. There is no software for it. Like,
and you don't think people have a lot of issues with the Virtual Boy? Think it what with Meta? There's not as many games. Congratulations, not like there's that many games for the Virtual Boy.
They're not all that interesting or fun. Like Nintendo doing the same thing but better is going to be a death sentence for them. Like
they haven't done it yet. That Virtual Boy isn't even anywhere near that level, Harmon.
Absolutely 100%. Like the only reason Meta ever even got anywhere in this industry is because there was no competition, and they were just like throwing all their like billions of dollars into this to try and be like the VR like market leader. And it seems like Nintendo's going to eat their lunch. It's fucking insane. And to think it was kickstarted by the Virtual Boy of all things. Like that is that.
What was it? Yeah, for one, the Virtual Boy wasn't even really virtual reality. It was more like the 3D thing, like RGT said. So I don't even think that it really started the whole virtual thing. Which here, you know what? Let's look it up. Let's look it up real quick. What platform started VR first? The earliest functioning head-mounted virtual reality system was the Sword of Damocles, created by Ivan Sutherland and Bob Sproul in 1968, which utilized a computer-linked headset so heavy it was suspended from the ceiling. Early VR concepts also included Morton Helling's Sensorama in 1962, a 3D movie simulator, while the first commercial interactive and modern style headset platform was the Oculus Rift in 2012. So Nintendo didn't even start the whole VR thing, Harmon.
That's the funny thing about this, is that like looking at this situation is like seeing how the Virtual Boy beat the Oculus Quest to market, was so far ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was not far ahead of its time. That's the reason why it flopped. No, it did not flop because it was a misunderstanding, Harmon.
That no one picked it up or supported it. And then 30 years later, you know, becomes a bestseller in its own right, and then like sets the stage for like Nintendo's real VR headset. Like the next evolution of the hardware, one that will like far surpass everything that Meta has done up to this point. Like
Harmon, they couldn't even get it right the first time. They're re-releasing it, and it ain't no better than it was before. It's nowhere near the level of what the VR headsets are now, Harmon. That's like me trying to hate on Nintendo. That's just spitting facts right there.
This is very, very, very exciting because I think it demonstrates what the future of console gaming is going to look like. Because one of the big
Harmon, if you are literally, because we all know you keep buying shares in Nintendo. If you keep buying shares in Nintendo thinking that's the reason why, because they're going to turn everything into the Virtual Boy, I will never listen to you. Let's just say that.
in the industry for the past several years was this idea that like, oh yeah, consoles are going to stop innovating and it's going to be PCs that have all these major technological advancements. Like, we're seeing more and more that that isn't true. Okay, like people buy stuff like Oculus VR and they use it on their own, right? Like, you know.
Okay, so what's your point? You're making no sense, Harmon.
These devices can connect to the internet without a computer, right? So what's going to happen is that, like, the PC is going to kind of be this, like, unspecialized jack-of-all-trades thing, while...
Isn't it already that?
Increasingly, people will buy, like, less expensive hardware for more niche purposes, and then just kind of use that for whatever they need.
If Nintendo actually makes a real VR thing and it happens to be cheaper, sure. But I don't have that much hope into them.
Right, so gaming hardware is not going anywhere.
Who said it was? Who is saying it is?
Is what we've been seeing. Like, gaming hardware will continue to innovate and it will continue to grow in very interesting, evolving ways. And I think this is a very
The only thing evolving around here is how much that hairline is evolving away from your damn head.
very good example of that. You know, we are seeing Nintendo dominate with the Virtual Boy right
The Virtual Boy is not dominating, Harmon. Stop the cap.
now. You know, we're seeing them dominate with Hollywood. We're seeing them dominate with the parks. Like this.
Okay, yes, they are making. They made one good movie, Harmon. Let's stop the cap, okay? It ain't like the first Super Mario Brothers movie, even though I still enjoy watching that Super Mario's movie from the 90s. It's one of my guilty pleasures. But Harmon, objectively, that movie was terrible.
Company is rapidly growing and expanding, and I feel as if people don't really understand what's actually happening.
No, they just don't care, Harmon. There's the difference.
What's actually going on. So this entire situation is something that really clearly demonstrates how far ahead Nintendo is of even the biggest companies in the world. Nintendo is going to stomp Meta.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, Harmony. You can stop the cap already. Alrighty, we got through good old Harmony video. Let's read off some of the chats. Retro Fusion Gaming. The Virtual Boy is for fanboys. It is what it is. That is true. Did you buy one at all, Retro Fusion? Hello there, Elemental Hero the Shadow. The rumor team Asabi could be taking a break from Astro. They better not be. They need to get their asses back into work. You stupid damn ads. Literally watching on my damn phone. I'm too cheap for the ads. Alrighty. Good morning there, Water Demon Girl. Cardboard VR. Yep. Harmon the cockroach is sprouting, but pointless, stupid fanboy crap. True. Retro Fusion Labo. The Virtual Boy thing is proof Nintendo fanboys buy anything with the Nintendo logo on it. That is very true. Have you seen the recent Harmon videos? There was some problem in his house that I seen. No, I have not yet. I don't think I have. The Virtual Boy for $100 is more a collectible than something people will use often. Oh, that's true. There is a reason you're seeing VR2 from PlayStation being phased out. It's not really taking off. Well, it would if they would actually invest more into it. The problem is they're just not. But also, you got to understand, PlayStation Gamer, it's just too expensive. You know, for the VR2, you got to buy a PS5, don't you? And then you got to buy the headset on top of that. It's just too expensive. That is true there, Retro Fusion. Sony stopped supporting it because it was not selling. The same problem they ran into with the Vita. Well, when it comes to the Vita, that PlayStation Gamer, that's just because they gave up on it. It's not going to sell if there's no software for it. That's true. Looks like Harmon got cleaned up a bit and still looks greasy. Oh, he does. He needs to do. Harmon, just shave the head already. That's why Meta isn't that popular. True. And Virtual Boy is not even real VR. That's true. Who cares about no one? True Dosh fan, nobody cares about Virtual Boy. Hello there, Wonder Red. I'm gonna have a aneurysm with Harmon's stupidity. Trust me, I already have had. I've had like 3 already. I also think VR is more than a add-on to a setup than a main console. Oh, addition. Yeah, agreed. Sony makes a Tokyo Jungle remaster, please. I don't even know what that one is. I don't know what that one is, PlayStation Gamer. No, Harmon, there was competition for VR headsets. Especially when you have VTubers using VR headsets. That's true, the Elemental Hero. That is true. Never really tried Virtual Boy. You ain't missing nothing, but I can't imagine seeing black and red the entire time. Yeah, no, I'm good. It's a waste of money. That is true. Harmon, clean your glasses, bro. But why you can't see the truth exactly? Well, it's probably because his glasses are dirty. That's why you can't. Oh, that's what you're trying to say. Hey, just thought of something. Is Harmon up? I got a $30 super chat from Awesome Boss. How many minutes did I miss? This is video 4, so you missed quite a bit. It's okay, Awesome Boss. Thanks for the content, Meg. Now play that music. Alrighty. I will play. We'll do Harmon again. Alrighty. Okay, where am I at? Where did I miss it? Is a need to. Okay. Sorry, it skipped down. Harmon. Oh, I already read that one. What's Harmon's problem? Is that he is forever stuck in his Nintendo bubble and will never broaden his horizons? Oh, that's how it is exactly. Make it a leak. I plan to buy one, but I'm getting RA3 pack first. Retro Fusion, don't cave in. Don't let them be bad influences. You don't need the Virtual Boy, man. Angry and tired of mess with price, woke and crap with parents. I understand there, Deborah. I haven't bought Virtual Boy because I think it's just too expensive for how much I'm going to use this since I have the Meta Quest 2. You don't need to buy it then. Even if you didn't have the Meta Quest 2, you don't need to buy it. Like, why can't Fanboys just drop the price? You're proving parents right. True. Sup, I was at the debate, stayed up for that, haha, gotta admit, didn't expect it to be civil. Well, more, I knew it was gonna be civil. Nintendo Prime's actually a pretty civil person, and I'm a very civil person as long as the other person's gonna be civil. Now, if it would have been like Player Essence, for instance, no, it wouldn't have been civil. The ones that keep saying games are getting expensive, very true. If it was Harmon Smith or any other fanboy like Laser Essence, it would have, yes, exactly. Well, Harmon Smith, the YouTube would have took down the stream, I guarantee you. Like the companies like gaming and fast food need to be humbled. True. Harmon is so bad, even the other fanboys don't accept him. That's true. Good morning there, Hylian and Bull. Damn, I missed too much good content. Oh, that's okay. The live stream stays up for you guys. I'll catch the beginning and the replay. There you go. I need the Virtual Boy for my game room. It's cheaper than a real one. Now, Retro Fusion, you don't need it for your collection. I promise you, your game room will be far better without it. I promise you, man. All righty. Who we doing next? Is it Switch Force?
So, there was no Nintendo Direct announcement this week.
Really? You don't say. It wasn't like there was a bunch of us that were saying it might not happen.
And honestly, that shouldn't surprise anyone.
Yeah, except you were pushing that there was going to be one at first until last week. You're like, oh, most likely it's not. And you went on your damage control rant.
Nintendo just ran a partner showcase. Pokemon Presents and Pokemon Day are literally...
That's what we were all saying. We were all saying that if they release a general direct that shortly after, it's going to ruin the partner direct type thing.
Next week. And they don't historically stack big announcements one on top of the other in the same time frame. What is interesting, though, is how expectations spiraled out of control and what that tells us about the nature of leaks, timing windows, and Nintendo's actual patterns.
Well, the nature of leaks is just don't report on them. That's an amazing thumbnail.
What's going on, guys and girls? It's Zach from Switch Force, and we're here to talk all about the absence, the no Nintendo Direct, and what that means going forward.
It means you guys hyped everybody up for nothing.
You know that there's a partner showcase on February 5th, and so already it seemed very unlikely that Nintendo would house two big presentations, one right after the other.
We all knew that wasn't going to happen. It was very obvious, man.
Yeah, it would have been exciting. Yeah, it would have been cool, but likely...
You're correct. It would have been exciting because I would have gotten content either way.
Not so much. And this is why I said earlier this week that I didn't believe a big General Direct was coming yet. We have Pokemon Presents next week, which most likely will be revealing a major Switch 2 title in the form of Pokemon Gen 10, and that is something that Nintendo will want to give a lot of fanfare towards, and they want to keep their spacing, right? Silence doesn't...
That's what we were saying. Why did you wait until now to say it?
Always mean that there's going to be an imminent announcement.
Wait. Okay, so that is... I thought that was going to be Pokepia for a second. That does not look like Pokepia.
Silence can mean that they're clearing the lanes, that they're giving things some room to breathe. And that was absolutely the case.
That's the smart thing to do. But why are you saying this all of a sudden now after you were spending how long hyping people up for it?
With this third week of February, we also have Mario Day in March. We also have a Mario...
Retro Fusion. It's not for me to use. $100 for decoration is nothing nowadays. Retro Fusion, I can print you off something that has a picture of the Virtual Boy. You can use that as a decoration and it'll save you $100.
Movie coming. We also have a lot more in store for 2026. It's not the end of the world that it wasn't this week, but it never really made much sense. And we can't forget that a partner showcase was just 2 weeks ago, and this is a short month. How often does Nintendo pack two big presentations into the same month. And listen,
They don't do that very often. That's why we all thought it was weird that Nashville came out and said it, and you guys just kept running with it.
it's like the weird Indie World Partner Showcase hybrid combo.
How funny would it be if the next direct is an indie showcase? How funny would that be?
Likelihood of them doing a partner showcase followed by a game release followed by
This game on screen right now, Tokyo Scrambled, it is garbage. Like I said, do not play that game.
a general direct followed by Pokemon Day, just incredibly unlikely. Exciting, very much so. Likely, not so much so. I didn't really feel like February was the right time.
Well, Brian and Matt Media, don't give Nintendo your money. It's okay to give them your money when they deserve it. But for the Virtual Boy, they don't deserve it.
From the jump, and it turns out it was not the right time. Nintendo this way gives their announcements space, gives their game releases space.
Yes, that's what we've been saying this whole damn time. I swear, do you watch my videos and you're just copying me now?
And maybe most importantly, puts a prime focus on Pokemon Day next week, which could have a new Switch 2 game. It could have eShop releases. It could have NSO classics. There is basically a whole presentation waiting for us all around one major Nintendo franchise, and it's happening in a week. So how did we even get here then?
Yeah, but we all know it's not going to be all video games. Probably going to talk about the anime. Probably going to talk about Pokemon cards. It's not going to just be for video games.
There was some talk, some leaks about the third week of February, and of course, social
Some talk, some leaks. You were one of them that was talking about it. Stop the cap.
media ran with it. That's the soonest date.
You were one of them.
That's the nearest date, and honestly, it's the most exciting date. I wanted a direct the third week
Everybody wanted a direct, but guess what? Wasn't the one that ran with it. I'm not the one that hyped everybody up for it.
of February. You probably wanted a direct the third week of February. That made everyone even more excited and eager, and it sounded great. There's this bias towards the most recent date because that's the one we can anticipate and the one we can look forward to the fastest, the quickest, and the easiest. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's what Nintendo will do with their patterns. To be fair,
This is what Nintendo's pattern is. They have no pattern.
Nash Weedle was the main person saying that the third week of February was
And you guys were the ones that were pushing it out there.
a possibility, or maybe even
What does he say? If it doesn't happen, you already know it was me. I'll be the one to blame for the apocalypse for commenting on whatever reaches me. For you having to go back to work for the failure of the Wii U. What's the Wii U have to do with anything? But no, Nash, I mean, you did put it out there. Whatever criticism's coming your way, it's earned. Now, I don't wish no certain threats on you, any type of threats, actually. I don't wish none of that on you. But fair criticism, saying that you were wrong, you're an asshole, stuff like that, no, it is completely fair for that to come, and you got to take it on the chin. But also, Switch Force, if people come after you for hyping everybody up and reporting on it, you got to deal with that backlash too.
a likely possibility given that he said his more trusted sources were pointing towards this week. Now, in total fairness, he
The trusted sources were probably in his head.
did say either the third week of February or March, so there is wiggle room there, and we still could get a direct in March, but the big time frame, the multiple windows, that's problematic for Nintendo fans because it's not something that you can concretely focus on. It's a lot of either or, it's a lot of maybe over here.
Maybe not. That's what's going to be. Maybe not. Don't report on it unless you have something tangible to go off of.
Maybe over there. And look, it's exciting to predict a Nintendo Direct. It's exciting to look forward to a Nintendo Direct, but that's where leaks get tricky in my eyes. What actually matters is understanding where the information comes from.
We know where the information comes from. It comes from people like Nash or Nate the Hate, and then you guys push it out there to where everybody finds out about it.
Because not all sources are equal. Leakers usually
Really? Then why do you keep reporting on these sources that are not equal?
know their sources. I mean, they can tell where they're from or they've been told where they work, but viewers often don't. We don't hear from these leakers who their source is, we just hear source said, a trusted source believes, a trusted source.
That's why you shouldn't report on it, period. We wouldn't have this problem to begin with.
Points to. Some people are sources from first party Nintendo, like they're employees that actually work there and would be super in the know. Some sources are from third parties, publishers, or other developers. Some
No, we already know all this. What is the point of this there, Switchy?
sources are friends of a friend's, and there's different levels of certainty and different hierarchies of sources within all of these tiers. And for me, I would set a higher bar of probability before committing to a leak. You can kind
Then why do you report on? If you have all of these standards, why do you report on these guys then?
of tell based
Why don't you sit here and warn people about this stuff?
on where the information comes from, how likely or how probable it is to happen, and given that you know your sources and that your audience does not, I think it's up to you to sift through and decide, hey, is this source someone that would really know that there's a general Nintendo Direct this week? Or is this source someone that more likely would be guessing? And I think you need to.
It's all guessing. Even if Nate the Hate was to come out and say, oh, we're getting General Direct like right now, the day before the Pokemon present, it's still hearsay. It's not a technical leak.
Make your decisions and evaluate from there, because you as the leaker are the one with the power and with the knowledge of the source.
You with the platform that reports on these leakers, you have the power too.
And of the information you have, you got to try and dissect it and discern, is this worth sharing? Is this what I should tell people is one of the likely outcomes? Is it the most probable outcome? If I'm given multiple moving time frames, maybe these sources aren't really all that accurate.
Then don't report on them. You knew that Nash Weedle's track record was spotty, and you still reported.
After all. But depending on where they work and where they're from and how they got their information, that really can, I think, inform you of whether or not the leak is highly probable. And when I do a leak of that sort, I got a higher bar. I want to make sure.
Where's your higher bar when it comes to reporting on it? You can sit here and say, oh, I got a higher bar all I want. You still chose to report on Nate the Hate. You still chose to report on Nash Weedle. You chose to do that. Where was your bar then?
That when I'm going to state something emphatically, that it is going to happen. And I think
I agree. That's how it should always be. Nash Weedle definitely screwed up. But part of the blame is put on you too for reporting on it.
from my experience, it's pretty easy to tell if it is going to happen or if it might happen or if it's a.
Well, you should probably never say 3 weeks in advance that it's going to happen, because I seriously doubt that they were going to have that General Direct the third week. But let's say they were, and then something came up to where they had to change it.
Hope in the wind. Anyways, what does that mean for us going forward, right? There will be a General Direct. It's not like we're not getting.
Yes, we will get a General Direct. You know what? I can't say how I know, Switchy, but I know that there's going to be a General Direct between now and the end of the year.
One. And I think everything points to Nintendo needing to have this presentation before the summer season, before the typical June, July timeframe where we're used to E3 and Summer Games Fest and a Nintendo Direct. That leaves March, that leaves April, that leaves May, and I don't know when it's going to be. It would make sense.
I think it's going to be the end of March or maybe into April. That's when I'm going to have to say, because we do need to know release dates of certain games.
For it to be earlier rather than later, because Nintendo does have a lot of things they need to date and detail. Fire Emblem game, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, Splatoon Raiders, and of course, yes, 3D Mario. No 3D Mario will be announced this week, but I still believe a 3D Mario is coming, and I still...
Of course, it's a given. They would be idiots not to do a 3D Mario. Just please, I don't want Galaxy 3. Please don't give us Galaxy 3.
I think Nintendo has this window between now and the Mario Galaxy movie where it would be the perfect time for marketing reasons to announce a new 3D Mario. And remember, the Donkey Kong Bonanza team was just a part of the Mario team. It was not the entire Mario team. I've seen language resurfacing and the idea that there won't be a 3D Mario on the Switch 2. That's not true. That's not...
Yeah, I don't think that's true. They'd be idiots not to do it. If that literally happens, Nintendo has literally lost the plot then.
Accurate, because yes, the DK Bonanza team did overlap with that Mario team, but it wasn't always that entire team. And
even if they started the Super Mario like right here and now, they would be able to finish it before the end of the generation. Are you kidding me?
it definitely was not the majority of that team Therefore, that team, the Mario team, they are almost assuredly hard at work on Mario. But
Well, they need to hurry up and get it out. It's been how long since we've had one?
we do have plenty to look forward to. Pokemon Presents is next week, next Friday, Pokemon Day, and that should provide definitely game updates, and I would say definitely a new game announcement. So a lot to love there. We do have March still
Of course you want it because it's just content for you to do. That's the biggest reason for you.
very much in play. We know leakers have mentioned March, and March makes more sense than February, that's for sure. You've got
It does because of Mario Day.
Mario Day coming up, you've got the
Exactly.
movie looming, and you've got a
Yep.
lot that needs to be announced for Nintendo around already announced games and around unannounced games. Heck, the
Yep.
Dustbloods today got an update on the eShop with new screenshots, so things are definitely brewing. The
Yeah, looks like a lot of From Software fans are going to be happy about that Dustbloods. I'm not interested in it. I got skill issues.
future is very bright. We've got a lot still to discuss and to look forward to, and yes, that general
The only thing bright around here is that damn hairdo, my guy. We all know you did not choose to dye it that. That is stained.
direct, it is coming. So let me know your take in the comments down below, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.
Don't worry, I already gave you my take.
Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Switch Force, out.
Of course, this was nothing but damage controlling. This is all it was. Alrighty, let's read off the comments. Wow, I got almost 50 viewers. I'm a little shocked. I am actually a little shocked. Okay. Glazer Essence, exactly. We don't got no Glazer Essence though, Awesome Boss, unfortunately. 8 already had Quest 2, yep. There are cheaper third-party Virtual Boy accessories. That's true. But they ain't worth it, Hyperstar Cage. Maybe one with a head strap, true. Not having a Nintendo Direct didn't surprise me at all. It didn't surprise me either, Water Demon Girl, because it just didn't make sense. You have no idea how much I spend on decorations. Just go to Hobby Lobby and see how much a Pac-Man sign costs. I'm good on Retro Fusion. I am good. Maybe you should get one of those 3D printers. Maybe you can make your own stuff. I think I spend too much on Nintendo. Probably do, but that's okay. I'm getting the Bowser Jr. figure with Clown Car from the Mario Galaxy movie. There you go, Hyperstar Cage. I might get the popcorn bucket if I'm being honest. Maybe Nintendo had no plans of the General Direct to begin with, and these YouTubers lie for views. Well, Retro Fusion, I don't think that they lied. I think they were just reporting on someone else who was lying. I think that's what it was. Why are they pulling these leaked rumors from? Well, County Vladimir, they pulled them off of someone called Nash Weedle. He was the one that started the whole thing about the General Direct in the 3rd week. As a clearly Nintendo fan, I refuse to watch these guys. Prime, Switch Force, Sunbro, RGT, Wood, they all lie for views. I completely understand. I never trust these so-called leaks from YouTubers or anyone, to be honest. I understand. I'm also a Nintendo fan. I still watch all of them, but I do my own research. That's great there, Jasper. I'm not holding my breath right now for Nintendo. I understand. Angry, just have a thought. For your next songs, how about songs that have Switch Force and others that you cover? Could be interesting. Probably. I haven't done them in a while because they take a lot out of me. They really do. I can blame people who really think that there won't be a new Super Mario game just because the team worked on Donkey Kong Bonanza. Yeah, they probably do think that they're Blazing Powers, but not. They have to be working on one. Nintendo would be. That would be one of the biggest misses that they've ever done if they have not been working on a 3D Mario. Could you imagine if Harmon Smith was in a debate with you? How long would it last? Well, Mario, I don't think it would last that long because I think the stream would get taken down. He would say something that would cause the stream to crash. I admit it was rather civil with Primey, even though we agree to disagree. Exactly. As long as it's civil, that's all that matters. Alrighty, we got the last Harmony Smith video.
So right now, the narrative is that, like, Mario Tennis Fever is failing. It's not doing anywhere near
Well, according to the sales, it's not doing that great, Harmon.
as well as Mario Tennis Aces, the best-selling Mario Tennis game ever.
That's irrelevant. Nobody cares if it's the best-selling game of all time. What does that have to do with Mario Tennis Fever?
They are totally struggling to find customers because people are so disgusted by the price point. And the
Yes, $70 is a very high price point for a Mario sports game. Should have been 60 or 50.
fact that they have to play tennis in this tennis game, it is abominable.
Who's complaining they have to play tennis? If you don't like tennis, don't buy the game. That's just plain and simple right there.
It's disgusting. It is positively pathetic how the community is
Mr. Pickles, remember when Primey and Essence said you wouldn't grow because of negative content? Oh, I remember there, Mr. Pickles. Even though, unfortunately, I did lose quite a bit of subscribers over the weekend because of my Pokemon Fire Red thing. They did not like what I had to say.
trying to make a mountain out of a molehill.
I literally got called over the weekend on Sunday morning. I was called a Nintendo fanboy and Harmon Smith 2.0. I am not kidding you.
I have seen like RGT make videos about this. I've seen like that retard Omniarch talk about it.
My guy, there is no need to call Omniarch that. You need to be nice to Omniarch. Be nice to him.
I've seen like all sorts of people like try and cope and seethe about this, but like
I don't even think Omniarch actually made a video on Mario Tennis Fever, did he?
the simple fact of the matter is, you can look on the eShop right now and you can see that Mario Tennis Fever is on top of the eShop charts. You know, whatever narrative these guys are.
I'm going to check that out. Let's check that out. Let's pull out my Switch 2. See, this is what I like about having one. I get to double check Harmon. Let's go to the eShop real quick, shall we? Just bear with me. Alrighty, let's go to the bestsellers. Okay, he's right. Mario Tennis Fever is number 1. So, yeah, it just shows that it's more popular in America than it is in Japan.
Trying to come up with, like, trying to tell you that this thing had a worse launch than every Mario Tennis game other than, like, Mario Tennis on the Virtual Boy. Like, they're just embarrassing themselves at this
Isn't the one on the... Wait, the Virtual Boy? It's not that great.
point. Like, who are they trying to fool? Like,
Oh, they obviously can't fool you, Harmon. Who can?
seriously,
You only fool yourself.
who are they trying to fool? Like, well, their physical sales are down. Yeah, because digital is going up. You know, I don't get it. When you account for the digital sales, I'm pretty.
Of course, when you count the digital sales, it's going to sit here and make a difference, but not that much of a difference like you think it's going to. I seriously doubt that the vast majority of people bought digital instead of physical. That's not generally how it works for Nintendo, Harmon.
Pretty sure Mario Tennis Fever is doing perfectly fine. And then, like, so if you take that into consideration, the entire discrepancy falls apart, okay? The idea that Tennis Fever is failing doesn't hold water when you.
Mario, one odd, one out video don't make you a fanboy. Exactly, but I don't really think that it's a fanboy. Oh, Powerman UK. Oh, look, it's the Brit hater. Yes, it is. Hey, Powerman, because I don't speak your guys' lingo very well. I just found out about someone called Sir Musty. What does, what does he say? I think he says brony. What does brony mean?
Look at, like, you know, the online community, when you look at, like, the discussion online, when you look at the numbers, like,
Hyperstar Cage. Angry, I respect your opinion on the Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green because you stand up instead of bend the knee of the people. Thank you.
everything I have seen in the analytics seems to indicate that, like, the idea that this game bombed is just a giant code. And this really needs to be reiterated more because,
Well, according to the sales, Harmon, it's not doing that good in Japan, okay?
I really do think that at this point the community is, like, actively malicious. You know, they are straight up.
Powerman UK said no. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. I gotta sit here and go back and watch it. But if you ever heard of Sir Musty, he's a guy from UK.
Like, making shit up. Because I remember, like, during the holiday season, they tried running an article saying, like, the PS5 is outselling the Switch 2. And then you, like, look
Technically did. In the month of November, it did outsell the Switch 2. That is a fact.
into it, and then you find, like, digital edition PS5s, like, selling on clearance for, like, $150. Like,
Okay, where were these $150 PS5 digital editions? Because I would have picked up an extra one just to have one if it was only $150. Where were they being sold for $150, Harmon? Please tell me.
why do you think it's selling better than the Switch 2? Like, it's not doing better than the Switch 2. It's not selling more games than the Switch 2. It doesn't have, like, they just shut down another studio. Okay? You're not seeing anybody make videos about that.
There are plenty of people that are making videos about that. Why are you raising your voice? Is there any reason to? I got a video coming out today about that.
But you're seeing them, like, concern troll about fucking Mario Tennis.
Oh, boo.
It's embarrassing.
The only thing embarrassing is you getting all huffy and puffy, okay? Who cares if they're making videos about that? If you feel so deeply about the PlayStation shut down the studio, then you go make a video about that. I think you already did.
Like, oh yeah, Blue Point. Oh, they haven't done anything besides remake Shadow of the Colossus, the only good PlayStation game ever produced.
That is not the only good PlayStation game ever produced, Harmon. Stop the cap.
Like, are you serious? Like, let's not talk about that. Let's try and argue that...
Oh, Power Man UK. Oh, it's a man who is a fan of My Little Pony. Yeah, I think so. I remember seeing that in one of his videos.
Mario Tennis Fever is somehow going to kill the Switch. You know? Like, that's what OmniArc did. The fucking, like, dipshit is that, like, oh, there hasn't been a single Nintendo Switch 2 game that's lit the world on fire. No. Fuck you.
There hasn't been. DK Bonanza might be the closest, but no, there isn't one.
You are embarrassing yourself.
Harmon, the only thing embarrassing around here is that goddamn hairdo.
Like, I want you to sit in the corner and just keep your webcam off. Because
no one cares. No one cares what you want. You know, I would sit here and say I want you to sit in the corner and keep your webcam off, but then I wouldn't have content. So I need you to sit here and talk.
Because you
Brony, there you go, True Dosh fan. Brony. What does Brony mean? Brony means a bro/pony, My Little Pony fan. There's also Pega Sisters, which mean the female version of it. Okay, so that's what Brony means. Okay, got you.
Absolutely nothing to the sphere. All of your videos are clickbait. You misrepresent everything. You are...
And you don't? He offers more to the conversation than you do. The only thing you offer to is for us to react to. That's it.
God. And that goes for anyone else who like tried shilling for this idea. You know, Oliver Gia, who really needs to go on the blacklist, by the way.
Harmon, I'm pretty certain we all know you're on some type of list.
RGT85. I'm not sure who else tried to push this angle.
Oh, I know, Power Man UK. He does talk a lot, but this is the last one of him.
I didn't see a whole lot. But, like, again, this is the typical story we've been seeing. You know, this is what, before Nintendo released the sales reports, we were being told that the Switch 2 itself was not selling well. You know? Like, it wasn't until they confirmed that, like, yeah, it totally did 17 million units. That, like, you know...
Oh, that was shipped, Harmon. Stop the cap already.
These guys had to backtrack, you know. They tried really hard to push this idea that, like...
Gara roasted Desire last week and Vigilant. Wait. Gara roasted him yesterday, Desire? Wait, what? Oh, Gara and Desire roasted him. Oh, I can believe it.
Well, it only sold 15 million units to consumers, and, like, the 17 million figure was only to retailers. It's like, what do you think the retailers are going to do with those Switch 2s, G?
They're going to discount them. Which they've done. That's what they've done. To get them moving, they had to discount them, Harmon.
Yes. It's like, who are you trying to fool? It's just like, come.
Oh, Mario, you read it wrong. So what? It says Gara roasted him yesterday, Desire last week, and Vigilant. Okay, now I read it correctly. Yeah.
Come on. You're embarrassing yourselves. So, again, there's lots of things up with, like, the analysis regarding the situation. And I do want to break this down for you a little bit. So, Mario Tennis Fever. Okay, so if you look at the actual Famitsu chart, it debuted number 2. Okay, just behind Yakuza 3, which, by the way, also launched on Switch 2. Okay.
Awesome, nobody cares.
Okay, so it launched behind Yakuza 3 Kiwami at, like, a respectable 40,000. You know, it outperformed Dragon Quest this week. You know, it's doing reasonably well.
No, not really. It's not doing reasonably well. No, it's not doing that good, Harmon. Now, we won't know because we only go off of what it is for Japan. But according to the Japan sales, it's not reasonably doing well in Japan.
Okay, like, even with the physical numbers. Of course,
Mario Sports games never been big sellers. That's true, Power Mad UK, but it's really underperforming in Japan, at least.
Like, you have the digital distribution as well. But, like, you know, like, you're arguing
You don't even know how much the digital distribution is, Harmon. You're not going to know that until when? April? March?
That a game that debuted number 2 this week is doing badly. You know, like, you really think this thing isn't going to have momentum? You really think it's not going to have legs? You know, Tennis Aces did like 4.5 million, you know? Like, Tennis Aces was...
Yeah, that was also a $60 game, not a $70 game, Harmon.
was awesome. Tennis Aces had like...
I'll take your word on it. I never played Aces, but from what I heard, it's not as awesome as you're saying it is.
You know, a pretty good run, right? So, I think Fever is going to be kind of the same way, in which, like...
That's what you get for thinking, Harmon. Nobody pays you to think.
This is going to be the Mario Tennis game this generation.
I have not, Hyperstar Cage. Has anyone played Mario Hoops 3-on-3 on DS before? Nope. But I heard from RGT85, he says it's a good game. But that's not saying much from him.
So I think a lot of people are going to be picking it up, you know, digitally or otherwise, like, throughout the console gen. Like, I don't see this game, like, bombing like people have said it is. Especially because, like, you just look at it, and, like, you look at the numbers, and you see, like, it's already doing fairly well. You know, like...
Harmon, where is this, like, at least produce some information. All the facts are showing that it's not doing that well. Because all we got are the Japanese sales so far for it.
What we're seeing now is just people spurging out over absolutely nothing. There's, like, no reason to think that this game is, like, some kind of misstep or an embarrassment or not doing well. Like,
it's not really doing that well. Oh, and I forgot to ask, does anybody down below, does anybody know what's going on with Fertanga and other people in the Salt community? Because I heard like a rumor that there's something going on. Like, they wouldn't tell me exactly what's going on, but apparently there's something going on between the Salt community and Fertanga. Does anybody know what's going on? That's just what I heard.
Like, for me, it just seems like all of this is just a gigantic cope from YouTubers who just want to clickbait. And that's just kind of my...
Harmon, you don't even clickbait. You just flat out lie. But you've clickbaited before.
Opinion on this. Like, look at what these guys were doing like 2 weeks ago, right? Or a month ago, 2 months ago. Like, you know, they were...
Retrofusion 3-on-3 is not good. It's probably the worst Mario sports game. They should have went the NBA Jam route instead of what it is.
They were telling you that, like, Pokemon Legends ZA failed. They were telling you Air Riders was going to fail. They told you that, like, Mario Kart World failed. The Switch 2 failed. What happened?
Who says that the Switch 2 failed? Who has said that Mario Kart World failed? Nobody was saying Mario Kart World's going to fail. Are you kidding me, Harmon?
You know, all of that was proven wrong. Okay, all of it. Like, at this point, even if Mario Tennis failed, that hypothetical if, like, it wouldn't impact the Switch 2 at all. Like, these guys really think that, like, one game that doesn't perform to expectations is somehow going to tank the console.
Oh, Water Demon Girl. It could be the political things that Fertanga has been doing during his live streams. Oh, okay. I mean, if that's it, you know, but I don't get into political stuff. I sometimes watch political stuff, but I don't get into the political stuff. If Fertanga wants to get into political, that's Fertanga. That's on him.
Because there's nothing else to play on it when, you know, Yakuza Kiwami 3, the other game, the only game on the Famitsu chart that's higher than Mario Tennis this week, did actually release on Switch 2. So, like...
Well, Yakuza 3 doing phenomenally well in Japan. I mean, that's given. It's Yakuza. Why wouldn't it do good there?
Again, I bought both, okay? You know, I'm going to be picking up Requiem on Switch 2. I'm going to be getting Tales of Berseria on Switch.
Yeah, you might be right, Power Man UK. He's reading off of a script, you can tell, because he's not looking at the camera. Also, he is going to have back problems sitting like that. He probably already does have back problems.
Switch 2. I'm getting, like, Pokepia on Switch 2. Like, I have a lot to look forward to on this console. So, like, what do these guys think is going to happen? Like,
they want Nintendo to do better. That's why they keep reporting on it. At least that's what I'm thinking. You never know. They could be lying. I don't think they are, though.
They think I'm just going to be like, oh, man, I don't like Nintendo anymore.
Standards don't get high views. That is true, Stephanie Browse, but I pride myself on having standards, so I will continue to have them, even if they don't get high views.
Mario Tennis was just so bad. Things that never fucking happen. Okay.
What didn't happen? In Japan, it has not been selling that well, Harmon. That's just a fact.
Like, that really needs to be, like, just put in bold letters whenever these guys like make their crazy statements, like things that never happened. Okay.
Harmon, you should be saying that stuff too, but you don't put those bold statements on your thumbnails. And people say that my thumbnails are AI slop. Come on, man. I don't think all AI is slop, but your thumbnails have not been that good lately. We know you use AI. Hey, Harmon, if you're going to use AI, at least use it right. Use it how I do.
Like, again, I really do need to reiterate just how insane it is, how the community is so desperate to try and downplay Switch 2 and Mario Tennis. And, like, it's probably going to continue until, like, we start getting new games, and it's gonna kind of be like, you know, Jamboree, or like you know, Nintendo Switch Sports, or like
we don't need another Nintendo Switch Sports. No, give us one that's actually like the Wii Sports.
You know, Princess Peach Showtime, or any.
We don't need a new Princess Peach Showtime. Stop the cap.
One of these games, like these games are going to continue selling over time. You know, I remember.
Harmon, the reason why, this is my opinion, the reason why so many Nintendo games were evergreen when it came to the Switch 1, what competition did they really have? They had some third-party competition, but not like they had a lot of major competition.
People being shot, you know, Nintendo Switch Sports is probably the definitive example of this. Like, that game was hated by YouTubers when it came out for all these really petty reasons. And then, like, you know, it sold, like, what, 12 million? Like, it's a huge hit. You know, and they even updated it like a couple of years later. So, like, you know, when you take that into consideration, when you think about that for 2 seconds, like, it really does feel as if these guys are just coping and seething about anything they can possibly get their hands on. Okay, like they will straight up make stories out of whole cloth because some guy on Twitter said something.
They didn't make any stories. They're reporting on something. Famitsu was the one that reported, unless that is Nintendo. Somebody was the one that reported on it. They had the info. What are you talking about?
Like, and it's just embarrassing, I think.
Variety of Matt Media, maybe he needs to use AI to fix his hairline. Honestly, he just needs to shave it. Go bald already.
That's kind of my mindset on this. Mario Tennis Fever, I think, is Game of the Year so far. I think it's going to be...
No, it is not Game of the Year. I mean, let me think. Actually, so far, yeah. But what has come out? What else has come out, Harmon?
Quite a bit better than Resident Evil 9. I expect it's going to be better than...
And it's not going to be better than Resident Evil 9. Stop the cap.
Tales of Berseria. Pokapia, I think, is the only game in the near future that I think could be better than it.
I don't think it's going to be better than it. It could be. Surprisingly, I am a little bit looking forward to Pokapia now that I found out it actually has a story. I'm going to rent it. I'm going to play it for you guys to let you know if it's actually worth it or not. I do not have high hopes for it.
But, like, we'll have to see for that. But, like, for now, I'm just kind of sitting here, like, looking at this game and its success and how, like, enthusiastic pretty much everyone is about it. And then, like, seeing RGT do his, like, clickbait thing, and it's just like...
It wasn't clickbait. What was clickbait about it? I watched RGT's video on Mario Tennis Fever. There was no clickbait.
Shut the fuck up, you retard. Like, why don't you just...
Come make us. Come make us shut up. You ain't like you're that guy. You ain't gonna do nothing.
Sit in the corner, like, and watch WWE, you know?
My guy, your Pikachu is about to put you in the corner. We know who runs that damn household, and ain't you.
Watch some fake-ass, like, combat sports, because, like, that's, like, clearly what you're more into. Yeah, play WWE 2K on Nintendo
Very true. Power Mad UK is still a key card. That's why I'm renting it.
Switch 2.
Because I ain't paying $70, especially for a key card. That ain't gonna happen.
Okay, you know, play this slop, like, yearly, annual, like, license game from 2K and just completely ignore, like, all the better games that are coming out. Like, just don't invade our space at all. Like, don't... Just fuck off. I don't want to hear.
Come make us. Come make us fuck off, Harmon.
From you again. So,
if you don't want to hear from them, stop watching them. It is very simple, Harmon. You do not have to actually watch their content.
That's kind of my mentality going into this. Is just like this.
Oh, happy early birthday, Stephanie Browse. I will try to remember. March 10th is your birthday on Mario Day. Congratulations.
It was all just a giant cope.
Oh, Highland Bowl, do not put that image in our head. Why can you imagine using a black light on that Pikachu? Highland Bowl, what is wrong with you? We do not need to picture these nasty things, okay?
Okay, everything we saw with the Mario Tennis Fever thing, you know, with like the pre-release backlash and like the damage control and the writing the game off and like the success and like the writing off the success and like, you know, making things up about the game. Like, it's very interesting to see like how all of that has just kind of like completely fallen apart. But what's also interesting is how like the community just kind of refuses to admit it. Like, so many of these guys are just kind of hinging on like old like stereotypes. They're just like, come on guys, I thought we agreed. We all hate Mario sports games. No
one says that. Who is saying that? We have all said Mario Tennis Fever is actually a lot of fun. It's just not worth that $70 price tag.
That is not true. That has never been true. That will never be true.
Who is saying this? Who is all saying this, that we all agreed it was good, that we hate these games? No one.
Like, you are completely delusional and out of touch with reality. Mario sports games
The only thing out of touch with reality is that hairline in your damn forehead, Harmon.
are awesome and will continue dominating this specific niche for years to come.
That would never happen, Harmon. Never. Oh, God. That is the last Harmon Smith video. Alrighty. Let's get back. Oh, you guys actually commented a lot. Alrighty. You have no idea. Oh, I already read that one. I am also a Nintendo fan. I still watch all of them, but oh wait, I already read that one. Oh yeah. Funny how that works. I get the same comments, even get videos made on me for that. I know Retrofusion is sucks. Well, I haven't made a video on you yet, even though you did say last week that one day you want to feature that. Unfortunately, with your shorts, it's just the music. I'm worried I'm going to get copyrighted, so that's why I haven't reacted to it or anything yet. But if you do a long video, I can gladly do that one. Oh look, it's the Brit hate or that one. Yep. How you doing there? We're doing great. Angry Omniarch did a video on Mario Tennis and 2 videos for the recent Pokemon news with Fire Red and Leaf Green. Yeah, I watched them. I don't necessarily agree with his take on the Pokemon news. I mean, I understand where he's trying to come from, but I actually disagree. I agree with Nintendine's because Nintendine's coming from the NSO part, but Power Mad UK, no idea yet. Oh, it's the man who was the fan. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Dang, Streamlabs quit it. I know. I'm sorry. I need to change that. I keep forgetting. I'm struggling. Oh, I read that one. Why do My Little Pony fans look like that? I have no idea, Water Demon Girl. Oh, no. The block list. Yep. This isn't a week. He isn't in a video. Oh, that's true. There isn't a week. It would not be a salty week without a Harmon Smith video. That is so true. Boo Harmon, boo this man, boo his boo. Yep. Mario sports games have never been. Oh, I read that one. Harmon, you are spurg out like 10 times a day. That's true. He does. It could. Oh yeah, I read that one. He's reading. Oh yeah, I read that one. 3-on-3 is just a game where Square Enix and Nintendo are playing basketball instead of fighting each other. That's true. That could, yep. I honestly don't know what's going on with Frit and the others. I know Gara mentioned the same question you're asking. Okay, I have no idea what's going on either. I'm curious now. Standards don't get all right. I like your integrity, vigilante. I appreciate that. Thank you so much there, Water Demon Girl. Money, money, money. Exactly, Stephanie Browse. Maybe he needs to use. Oh, I heard that one. Switch Sports Golf is still a blast to play. I heard that Golf Rush game was not that fun. Direct will be in June. That is a possibility. Do you accept friend requests on Switch 2 or Steam AVS? I mean, I can. Sure. I don't know what my thing on Switch 2 is at the moment. It's still a key card. Yep. Make me tubby. Yep. RGT hasn't liked a game in years. That is true. And he likes the Virtual Boy, surprisingly. That one. Can you? Oh, we are not going to reread that comment. Nope. He really thinks just because Mario Tennis Fever has good sales in the US means it's Game of the Year material. He thinks anything Nintendo is Game of the Year material, Blazing Powers. I know, right? Hyperstar Cage, dear God. Stereotypes of what? Exactly. Explain the stereotypes. That's what I want to know. It has a story. What has a story? Not Mario Golf, Switch Sports Golf. Oh, okay, Switch Sports Golf. Got you. For some reason, I was thinking Mario Golf. I don't know why. My bad. All righty. We got the last video coming up. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit shorter of a live stream today because I got something to do today. But I brought you guys 7 amazing videos. Oh, we got Crystal Star Discussion. I made a sound about Harmon that's unreleased. I may release it on another account. There you go.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. And there's still a lot more.
Oh, wait, no, there's still one more video after this. Never mind. So we got good old Nukem Nintendo. Now, I am not going to play the whole thing because this is a 22-minute long video, and we all know how much Nuki loves a ramble on. You know, for me putting you guys through this, I'm even going to play the Nuki song. I want to hear the Nuki song.
Talk about when it comes to Nintendo and PlayStation. So, I just recently
Oh, you can't even hear it because his music is too damn loud. My guy, you gotta turn back that damn music, okay? It's too damn loud.
Uploaded a video about Porter Rock 77, and most of it had to do with political stuff.
Oh, no, we are not watching this one. Never mind. Sorry, guys. This one is full on political. Nope, we are not doing that.
The Switch 2 has no.
Oh. How many videos did I put on here? I thought there was only 7. Oh, there's 9. Okay, we're doing 9 videos, so we got 2 more, guys. We got another Harmon Smith video. Jesus Christ. Why am I torturing myself?
No games narrative was ridiculous from the onset because obviously it has games, you know. We have all these day one exclusive titles. We're always getting more all the time. That is in.
When's the last time you guys got one? Yeah, you got Super Mario Tennis or Mario Tennis Fever. What else have you guys gotten?
Disputable.
Oh, talking about the Tokyo Scrambled? No, that game was trash.
And anyone who says otherwise is just completely and utterly delusional. Okay, it's something that I've been saying from the onset.
You're welcome there, Hyperstar Cage. Thank you, Vigilante. But thank you for what?
And it's something that needs to be reiterated is that the Switch 2 is dominating right now. And currently, every major gaming YouTuber, whether it's Omniarch or The Quartering, they're trying to come out and they're like, oh, there are no games on this thing. There's nothing to play. And then meanwhile, you look at someone like me who's spending like 4, 5, 8 hours a night, you know, streaming Switch 2. You know, I don't think I've gone.
My guy, you switch between games all the damn time. You don't even play a single game for a full length usually.
Gone back to any other console since this thing has come out. It's because I'm playing so much on this. So.
What do you mean you haven't gone back? You only have one console. What other console do you have?
Again, this thing has tons of games on it. And one of the things that's really interesting to me is how successful Switch 1 games have stayed on the Switch 2. Because this is what everyone else writes off. This is what everyone else.
There have been some very successful games on the Switch 1, but not all of them. But guess what? This generation, it looks like you're actually getting full competition with third party. That's something you did not have on the Switch 1.
Doesn't understand is that if Nintendo sells you a Switch 1 game, they're still making money. So like Omniarch makes a video and he's like,
who's saying that they're not? Who is saying that if you buy a Switch 1 game, they're not making money? Who was saying all this, Harmon?
Pokemon Legends ZA sold more on Switch 1 instead of Switch 2. That proves that the Switch 2 is failing. And I'm just like,
I doubt that he said that. It doesn't look good, but I seriously doubt that he said that, Harmon.
Hey, genius. They're still selling the Switch 1 version. What are you talking about? Like, well, they didn't sell more on the Switch 2. Who cares? Who cares? If all you're going to play is ZA and you get it on Switch 1, you're still buying the game.
Okay, but he's talking about the system, if anything. I don't even remember what video you're talking about. I'm just trying to go off of your logic. And if someone has a Switch 2, why would they buy a Switch 1 game? Why don't they just buy the Switch 2 game?
Okay, this has been like this weird double standard fallacy that we've been seeing for a long time. And what's even more ridiculous is that we're now seeing like situations like, say, Animal Crossing New Horizons, you know, the biggest game on Switch 1 getting re-released on the Switch 2.
That's not the biggest game on the Switch 1. Let me see here. Animal Crossing New Horizon is not the biggest game, Harmon. Is it? Let me see this. Best selling games on the Switch. Here we go. Oh, okay. Well, it's the second best. The first best is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but I mean, a lot of that was bundle sales, so... Okay, yeah. Okay, Harmony, you actually got something right for
with
once.
The Nintendo Switch 2 edition, it became this huge success. It's selling, like, tons of units.
Yes, Pokepia does have a story. It's it's supposed to have a story. Apparently, they're Jasper Mark, from what the people were saying, that eventually it will get to a point where the credits will actually roll in Pokepia. So the game actually does end.
You know, it's a really big success story, and the community doesn't notice or care, you know?
Yeah, true, Mario. But if we're going to be fair, that's like trying to say that the Wii Sports was the best-selling game on the Wii when it was a pack-in title. I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, every holiday, they brought it back and gave it away for free for Black Friday. So I don't really think we should count Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I guess that we should count the Animal Crossing New Horizons instead.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got a Nintendo...
I would have thought that the Smash also would have been, but according to Nintendo's website, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 71 million. Animal Crossing New Horizon was 49.32 million. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was 37.44. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 33.64. Odyssey 30.27. Yeah, so Tears of the Kingdom is starting to climb up there at 22.
Switch 2 edition. Nobody notices or cares. Like, nobody's really paying attention to what's actually happening. That in spite of their nonsense, in spite of their posturing, in spite of their insistence, that...
Harmon, it is not that serious. There is no reason to get all up in a tizzy over it. You literally look like you're starting to do the truffle shuffle.
That nobody buys or plays these old Switch 1 games. They totally do sell. And
who's saying that they're not? Who is literally saying, Harmon, I do not recall Omniarch saying that nobody's buying these old Switch 1 games. And my guy, you gotta do something about that hair. It is so hard to take you seriously with that hair, whatever hairdo you're trying to pull off.
They are completely blindsided by the success of games like Pokemon Legends ZA, like Metroid Prime 4, like Tamagotchi Life. You know,
my guy, you were talking trash about Tamagotchi Life living the dream. Now you're going to sit here and try to hype it up?
They have no idea how relevant something like Animal Crossing New Horizons is today. And that's kind of what we've been...
Who is talking trash about Animal Crossing New Horizon, Harmon? It's not my type of game. I have no want to play it. So who cares, Harmon? If you like it, go play it.
Seeing is that people seethe about like Mario Tennis Fever. They're like, oh, it's only sold 50,000 units. It's for...
That's not good for a launch week, Harmon. That's not good.
First week in Japan.
That's not good. That is terrible.
Like, yeah. Do you know what's going to happen? It's going to continue selling, 10, 20, 30,000 units a week. Like,
maybe you don't know, Harmon. You got to understand, if they keep getting the third-party support, Nintendo's actually going to have competition. That's something you just do not understand.
Like, for years, until it sells as much as or more than Aces. Okay, like this is what people who don't tell you, who are misrepresenting the numbers, like don't tell you about.
He didn't misrepresent the numbers. He literally reported on what the numbers say, Harmon.
Tennis Aces. First of all, Tennis Aces is like the best-selling Mario Tennis game ever.
That's a given. I don't think he needs to sit here and say that. That's just a given. We all know that.
So, Fever not doing as well as it is not that big of a deal. But, like...
it's doing significantly less. So, yes, it is a big deal.
Conversely, it didn't sell all those units in, like, a weekend. It just...
no shit. Who thinks that it actually did, Harmon?
Slowly built up that
No one thought that the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold all those units in a weekend either.
amount throughout all the world markets by selling like a couple of 10,000 units a week throughout the year. Okay, like that's how this typically works, and like people just misrepresent these numbers.
How are they misrepresenting? You literally have produced no damn facts.
They misrepresent this game's audience. They misrepresent how popular it is in order to.
Oh, is it that you just don't like to hear criticism of your favorite games, Harmony? Oh, what did we get? Oh, someone subscribed. Thank you to whoever subscribed.
Push their agenda. Okay, like, and again, like the same thing seems to be happening with these Switch 2 editions, right? People wrote off Kirby in the Forgotten Land completely.
Which I actually have to say, Kirby in the Forgotten Land is actually a really good game. If anybody has to play that and you can find it on sale, I would advise you guys to go pick it up. It actually is a really good game.
Not understanding the fact that re-releasing this game now was going to cause people to go out and pick it up for their Switch 2s. Jamboree getting.
Thank you, Coco Loco James. Thank you so much for subscribing, man.
A Switch 2 edition, keeps it on store shelves. It's a new shiny Switch 2 exclusive. People are going to be picking it up for the first time. And of course you have the upgrade.
If that's true, they would have already been doing it.
Packs where you don't even need to rebuy the game to play the Switch 2 version of it. So what we're seeing here is a situation in which.
And from what we're seeing, those upgrade packs are not doing that well either, Harmon.
Which older Switch 1 games now have a path to upgrading that's more affordable than traditional re-releases, and Nintendo can use it to pad out the release schedule. So,
No, they should not be worrying about the Switch 2 edition, Harmon. That is not something that they should be looking at.
If they're the kind of person who seethes about, Tamagotchi Life, I don't want to play that. Well, they're releasing the physical edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on Nintendo Switch 2 on the same day. So again, it's becoming harder and harder.
Isn't it Xenoblade Chronicles X? What are you talking about?
For people like this to take a microscope and look at the.
Harmon, we all know you're used to looking at microscope or microscopic things. We all know when you go to shave, you got to be careful that you don't shave that certain hair that you pee out of.
Calendar and be like, oh, there isn't a new Nintendo game this week. I suppose they're not doing too well. It's becoming harder and harder to do.
No, not at all. It is not. It's actually becoming easier and easier. What are you talking about?
Honestly,
because you keep reporting, you keep getting triggered over it.
We're seeing something like Animal Crossing New Horizons get an updated re-release 6 years later.
Awesome. Nobody cares. Literally, no one cares.
Getting updates, getting new features, getting new mechanics,
and they were complaining about it. They were saying that the new update wasn't that good.
Reaching a new audience, because 6 years ago, a lot of people were not looking at New Horizons, and now
many people really are not looking. Let's take a look. Let's see on the damn thing here. Okay. Animal Crossing is number 10. So you got Mario Tennis Fever number 1. You got that Resident Evil. I mean, is that really fair that 3 of the top 10 is the Resident Evil triple bundle, Resident Evil Requiem at number 3, and the deluxe edition at number 9? I mean, they need to change that. They should put, instead of having 3 separate areas where you got Resident Evil Requiem, they should just count all 3 of those as number 2. That's what they should do. But yeah, so it's number 10 for Animal Crossing New Horizon. Cyberpunk is still ahead of that.
Audience has expanded and people are going to pick up this game possibly forever, and that's the interesting thing about this is that it's very possible that we will continue seeing new editions of older Switch of older games.
I hope that they're free upgrades. I don't want any more paid upgrades
Indefinitely. We are going to see these small re-releases of games with improved features and technology going forward. Is that we will continue seeing these games come out, sell themselves to a new audience, get people fired up about the new upcoming game in that series.
They're not really getting people fired up like you think they are, Harmon.
In spite of popular belief, these things existing does not take away resources and development from pre-existing projects. That's just
who says that they are? literally who was saying all this. Where you get Harmon? Stop going on 4chan.
Ridiculous. From new projects, that's just ridiculous. Like, and again, like, what people are just very greatly underestimating, like, the success of the Switch 1 re-releases and how integral.
No one is really excited for these Switch 1 re-releases, Harmon, when you can already buy them on the Switch 1. I'm literally playing Tears of the Kingdom right now, and guess what? I have no want to upgrade it. I'm still playing the Switch 1 version.
Integral they are for the success of the Switch 2. People are going to be baffled, I think, when they realize that, like, Animal Crossing New Horizons has sold, like, another 50 million units.
Yeah, seriously, that was going to sell another 15 million units, Harmon. That's not generally how it works.
Like, over the next several years. Like, it's very possible we don't get a new Animal Crossing until, like, 2030, you know?
What's very possible is the only thing that's guaranteed around here is how much more that hairline is going to recede from your damn head.
Maybe as late as, like, 2032, okay? That seems ridiculous. But when you look at, like, how they handle the release schedule, like, when you look at, like, what they're doing with New Horizons and how this is playing out and how they're updating it and adding new things to it, like, it makes a whole lot of sense. Like, when they do it this way, they can spend more time focusing on, like, the new product.
Harmon, what they're doing is the same thing what they did last gen. Okay, the reason why it seemed like they were pumping out all that content, they were just re-releasing games, is what they were doing. But now we notice it because the Switch 1 was very successful. The Wii U was not successful. It was a flop. So they were able to re-release these, and people actually thought they were newer games, which is what I thought.
And when it finally comes out, it's going to be some mind-blowing new thing. Okay, it's going to be really interesting in this regard. Like, it really does need to be said, honestly, that I do feel
Mario, there is no way he would even be able to pass the weight check to get into the Poke Park. Remember, they got to be able to climb a flight of stairs and everything, and I believe there's a weight limit.
As if the general gaming community is completely delusional about the success of Nintendo games. I've talked a lot about how Mario Tennis Fever specifically is doing very, very well.
You're the only one that's thinking that is doing very well. Now, it could be for all we know. We will have to wait until the actual data comes out, but as of right now in Japan, it's not doing that well.
In spite of everyone else insisting that it's not. But then
because they're reporting on how well it's doing in Japan, which is not doing good.
You look at, like, games like Tears of the Kingdom and, like, Breath of the Wild that got, like, upgraded re-releases on Switch 2.
Awesome. And I'm still playing the OG Tears of the Kingdom. I have not gotten the upgrade. I'm not going to pay $10. I have no want for that Zelda note-taking app. Have no want for it.
You know, I just went back and I played a little bit of Breath of the Wild. The most I've played of it in years, in fact.
Awesome. Is it because you like to switch games? Because you could never stick with one single damn game? You got to switch every 20 minutes?
And, like, I just had a blast with it, you know? And I have a very hard time believing that, like, other people weren't doing the same thing.
Because they weren't. Well, I mean, there might have been some people. While they're waiting for some filler titles, they might have sat here and went back to it. You actually never know. While playing Tears of the Kingdom, it actually does want me to do another playthrough for Breath of the Wild. I'll admit that one.
Truth be told, like, it just feels like the narrative that, like, Tears of the Kingdom underperformed has just completely imploded over time. Like, this is going to be a game that, like, people pick up, like, immediately after finishing Breath of the Wild, right? Like, the narrative that this game was, like, bad or disappointing has been slowly dying off over the past couple of years. Oh, yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Who's saying that was bad? What are you talking about?
It's coming out in March.
Yes, which I don't think really anybody's excited for it. I am actually about to start, after Tears of the Kingdom, I am going to play Super Mario Wonder for the first time. Wish me luck.
So, first of all, like, Mario Wonder has sold, like, 17 million units, okay?
Awesome. Who is down playing Mario Wonder? You're saying that Nintendo YouTubers are underestimating the success of Switch 1. Who is underestimating Mario Wonder here?
Hard to believe that, like, when that game came out, it was, like, completely written off and ignored and nobody cared about it. 17.
Well, it's because $60 for a 2D platformer game is too much, Harmon. That should have been 50
million units. The Switch 2 edition is coming out. It's going to revitalize that game, and it's...
I seriously doubt it's going to revitalize it. It's not like it's adding a whole lot of content, Harmon.
Probably going to sell, like, at least another 10 million more. At least.
This is coming from the guy that thinks that DK Bonanza was going to sell over 20 million units, which we know is not.
It's probably a game that's going to be sold, like, indefinitely. I feel like...
I know, Hylian Bolt, Tears of the Kingdom underperformed. It sold like crazy. People still play that game. Exactly. I just started my first playthrough of it because I was able to get it on sale for like, I think it was like $40 at Walmart. About a month ago, Walmart, or not even a month ago, a couple of weeks ago, Walmart was doing this massive sale on Switch 1 games.
People are really
And they're still actually doing some sales on it.
underestimating like what's going to happen going forward with this company and these games. Where something like Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, which are like 20-year-old games, they're getting re-released on Switch this week,
Technically next week, this video. Wait, was this video? Yeah, you did. It's this week, Harmon. Or when you did this video, would have been next week. So you were wrong.
people are excited for them. You know, people are really fired up about playing these old games, and I
Very true. I'm actually excited. I have not played it since they're released.
think it's very, very difficult to gaslight people into thinking that like Switch 2 has no games when
They're not really saying, Harmon, it's because Nintendo hasn't really been coming out with more. They're not getting the same level that they were with last generation, which I don't think Nintendo should be padding out their calendars like that. If they want the third party, they have to let the third party breathe.
so many people are genuinely excited over an old Pokemon game getting re-released. You know, this is just kind of my mindset going into like the Switch era at this point, is that like the age-old cope of like there's nothing I want to play has been completely debunked, because you have an entire back catalog of like thousands of games to play.
Harmon, then you don't need to buy a Switch 2 to go do that. Okay, you can go buy a Switch 1.
You have all this stuff that has stood the test of time, that was relevant, that like you may have missed when it first came out.
Yeah, I'm playing a lot of games that I missed out on. And the reason why is because generally when it comes to a Nintendo console, like a handheld, I always bought a Nintendo console for the handheld for Pokemon. Then when the DS came out, when the 3DS came out, it was for Pokemon and Monster Hunter. Then when the Switch came out, I bought one because I was lied to, and I was told that they're remaking Pokemon Yellow. They were also supposed to come out with a new Monster Hunter game. So that's why I sat there and bought that. And then I was told, oh, you got to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So that is primarily for the Switch one. I primarily played it for Xenoblade, for Pokemon, and for Monster Hunter. Those were the reasons why. So I missed out on a lot of games that I'm going back and playing now.
And you have new games coming all the time. Like, if you try and tell me that the Switch 2 has absolutely nothing like that you're interested in, like, I just don't believe you. Like, it just isn't true.
Well, there's stuff on the Switch 1 maybe, but for the Switch, you don't need to buy a Switch 2 to play those Switch 1 games, Harmon.
Lying to yourself. And you are doing your
The only thing you're lying is about how you're dealing with that damn hairdo, Harmon. You gotta do something about that damn hairdo.
yourself a disservice if you consider yourself a fan of video games.
We all know you don't really consider yourself a fan of anything. Oh God, that is the last Harmon Smith video. I tortured myself. 4 Harmon Smith videos in one live stream. I think that's a record, guys. Do you guys know of any other salt miner that has ever reacted to 4 Harmon Smith videos literally in one live stream? Has there ever been one? I don't think so. Take that, Gara. No, I'm just joking. No, Gara, you do not need to try to challenge me. Do not try to sit here and react to 4 Harmon Smith videos. It is not easy. I'm already getting a headache. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, no, Hyperstar Cage. You don't need to flatline. No. Good old Nuki, the worst one of them all. Yeah, but when he started saying political, I'm like, nope, we are not doing that. No, no, no. Oh, Harmon, divert your eyes. I agree. Oh boy. Yep. Oh, you saw that before I fixed it. I meant to say song, which is why I deleted the tell and was going to repost it. Oh, there you go. I understand. One of Harmon's simps called me an alt account. I can believe it. Chaos Raziel. People were trying to say that I am a alt account for Nintendo. Okay, I understand when people try to say Nintendo and Arlo are the same person because at least they sound alike, but me and Nintendo, we sound nothing alike. I don't know how people can say that I'm an alt account for Nintendo. Uh, no, not Harmon. The man needs a vacation. Oh, I do need a vacation. Harmon don't like video games. Agreed. I meant to say text. Okay, I understand. Harmon isn't stop being delusional. I agree. Harmon should do himself a favor and stay far away from the internet. Oh, I agree. Hokapia, yeah, I read that one. And Harmon says we sprung out. Exactly. Mario Kart 8 Deluxes. Yep. Harmon, don't yell. It does not look good on you. No, it doesn't. Even though Mario, I actually find it very funny when he does. He's crying that hard. He must need changing. Oh, you know it there, Power Mad. I play on both PC and Switch 2. I play more on PC, but I still change the Switch 2 from the time to time. I do both. Like I just booted on my PS5 for the first time since Digimon Story Time Stranger, since it came out last year because of the Sons of Sparta. But I've been more playing my Switch 2 just because people that have been requesting me to review video games, they keep requesting me to review the Nintendo games. So that's pretty much why. Harmon looks like he's trying to do Teddy's hairstyle from Mother 1 and is failing miserably. I probably agree. That hairstyle does remind me of something in a movie I need to go find. No idea, huh? Yep. As an autistic person, I think Harmon has selective hearing. He has a lot of selective something. Harmon screaming into an Xbox 360 headphone microphone, LOL. I don't think that's really an Xbox 360 headphone microphone, but he definitely needs to learn how to set that microphone correctly. No one is going to listen to you the louder you scream into your overpriced microphone, Harmon. I agree. My microphone is very overpriced, but I love it. I prefer Kirby Star Allies. I've never played Kirby Star Allies, Wonder Red. It's an amazing game. I will believe you. Do anyone starting to think that Harmon Smith are a rage baiter at this point? Oh, he probably is. Harmon is spurging out over criticism. He always does. I wish the level design was a bit better for Star Allies. I understand. Roasted. Yep. You know what I want? A new 3D Wario game. I bet there are a lot of people that would love a new 3D Wario game. Why do 4chan users look like that? I have no idea. They're Water Demon Girl. I don't even know if he's really on 4chan. That's just the inside joke. Did Harmon ever make it? Oh, I read that one. Don't people have the Animal Crossing already? Some people do. I'm just not into that type of life simulator games. I only use 4chan for Warhammer 40k memes. I have never been on 4chan. Never once in my life. Figured y'all would waited to rent the DLC version, but hey. What? Oh, you're talking about Mario Wonder? Well, Mario 1, 2, 3. Mario Wonder was on sale at Walmart like 3 weeks ago for, I think, $35. So I kind of couldn't pass it up. I think for $35, it's probably very well worth it, but I'm not buying the upgrade. No, I'm not doing that. Tears of the King. Oh, I read that one. Curse Harmon's camera and streaming software. Every time he tries to talk, it crashes and corrupts. Oh, it does. This man looks excited. Oh, true. Harmon is in max copium. Oh, he's in a lot of copium or something. Did you get Xenoblade Chronicles X? I'm liking it so far. Yes, I bought it actually last year. I've just been waiting. I was waiting for the update, but I haven't been able to. I'm trying to get through Tears of the Kingdom. There's just too many games for me to get through right now, Mario. I will eventually get to that game. Can't believe I got that for $41. Haha, better than 65. Yeah, you're lucky there, Mario. I paid 50, so I didn't have to pay 60 at least, but I would have rather gotten it for 41. The only reason I have a Switch 2 because I wanted something new, and that is not Steam. I understand. He needs more than a new. Oh, he does. George Costillon rocked it better. I don't know who that is. I know Desire Brain can't handle that much. Oh, you know it, Mario. He cannot. Roasted big time. Exactly. 4 Harmon Smith videos in a row. Are you insane? Well, they weren't in a row. They were at one live stream. But yes, I am very insane. When you said about shaving hairs, I know, right? Yeah, that's true. I just remember that one. Wait, Harmon has simps? Yes, unfortunately, he does. Oh, did I just get another subscriber? Thank you so much for whoever did. I will read off when it pops up on screen. Normally, people won't be asking to get roasted, but Harmon is really asking to get roasted by everybody. You know it. Oh, no. It was MS Velvet Crow, member for 1 month. Thank you so much for renewing your membership there, MS Velvet Crow. Normally, people won't be asking to get raw. That one. I saw Harmon play Ghost of Tsushima. It's so funny how he didn't use his stances and just got destroyed. Oh, I bet. Harmon Smith, the Nintendo soldier, you know it. He calls himself a pro gamer. He calls himself the gaming guru, the Nintendon. Who remembers that one? If you're enjoying, oh wait, all right, okay, alrighty. Let's get into the last video, guys. It is Doc Trey. Come on, there we go.
What to do, bruh?
Talk to town, Nintendo, Doc Trey still holding it down, still got the best game. Oh my god.
It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
Okay, so this video says why Switch 2 is the first generation console. The only reason why I'm going to do this video is because people keep asking me about it. I did a debate where this was one of the topics. I find it pointless then, and I find it pointless now. But this is the way, so everyone asks me, I could be like, here you go, here's your video.
All right, so this next video is going to be a little bit divisive.
It's completely pointless. This video is completely pointless, Doc Trey.
But most of that is going to be due to a lot of people being stupid.
No one's being stupid. It's literally just, this is nothing but pure console war. When it comes to it, so you got two sides. You got one side saying, oh, Switch 2 started the 10th gen. You got the other side saying, oh no, it's 9th gen. When it comes down to it, it doesn't matter. It is not that damn deep. The only reason why you got people trying to be like, oh no, it's 10th gen is because they just want to be like, oh, my piece of plastic started the 10th gen. And then the ones that say, no, it's the 9th gen, they're just hating on Nintendo. That's all this is. This is completely pointless. And why all of a sudden has this just sprung in the last 2 weeks? I blame you, Shadow Fox. If you are watching this, this is all your fault.
So first off, before we get things started, if you're into Nintendo or Nintendo Switch 2 content and you're not yet a subscriber of the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Don't do it.
If you like the video, hit the like, and also let me know what you
I'm going to thumbs down this video, okay? Because it still helps you out even if I thumbs down it. But that's because this is a pointless video, Doc Trey.
think in the comments section. So, as with what happened with the Nintendo Switch before its launch, people seem to be confused as to what these Nintendo consoles are.
Nobody is confused. What it is no one fucking cares, Doc Trey. It is literally not that deep. Who cares if it's 10th or 9th gen? Who cares if someone wants to say it's 12th gen? You know what? If literally someone dropped a comment right now saying, oh no, the Switch 2 is actually the 12th gen, you want to know what I would be like? Okay, cool. I literally do not care.
Pre-Switch, we have people confused about what a console hybrid is.
People know what a console hybrid is. It's pretty self-explanatory. It is literally one that you can dock to a TV and you can take on the go. That is literally what a hybrid is. We all know what it is.
And yet, still in 2026, we still have some dummies that are still confused about what a console hybrid is.
No, they're not confused. What it is you guys just don't like that it's being compared to a PS5, when in some cases, when the Switch 2 is doing very well, you guys are like, oh, it's doing better. You guys want to compare it to the PS5. But when it's lacking in a certain area, when people try to compare it to the PS5, you're like, oh, this isn't fair. You can't compare a hybrid to a PS5. No, it's one or the other. You can't have both.
But now, we have people that are confused, or at least pretending to be confused, about what a console.
The only thing you're confused about is why you still continue to put that stupid Mario picture up. Pick something better than Mario. Put Zelda up, put Yoshi up, anything but Mario, please. We are so sick and tired of staring at Mario.
Generation is. And the topic for today is 10th generation consoles.
It's the Switch 2. Technically, the Switch 2 is the 10th generation. No one cares. There. Let's move on.
So, people seem to be debating whether or not the Switch 2 is a 9th generation console or a 10th generation one.
You want to know why that they're debating it? Not because they care which one is right. It's because they're console warring. That's all it comes down to. Nobody cares. Literally. What is it? Morning, everyone. What fanboy chaos did I miss so far? Tom Hertz, you missed me reacting to 4 Harmon Smith videos. I believe that's a record.
The Switch 2 is Nintendo's 10th generation console, period.
Awesome. Can you not sit here and pause so damn much so we can make this video go by quicker, please? Guess what? Here, congratulations. It's the 10th generation console. Would you like a brownie button or something? Do you need a special medal?
But wait, no. Period.
Awesome. Get on with it already.
The Wii U was its 8th generation console and the first 8th generation console on the market.
Awesome. Congratulations. It is the 8th gen. The Switch is the 9th gen. That will make, even though Wiki tries to sit here and say on Wii U. Is that the Wiki? Oh, that is Wiki.
But just because that system failed to sell does not erase the fact that that was Nintendo's 8th generation console.
Okay. So, I think it's what it is. People are trying to say that the Switch was actually the 8th gen, or it stayed as the F gen or something like that.
The Switch, the original Switch, the Switch 1, was Nintendo's 9th generation console.
Awesome. Technically, according to Wiki, they're saying differently. Aren't they saying that it's technically the 8th gen or something?
It was the successor to the Wii U, which was their 8th generation console.
Awesome. Is this really that important, my guy? Was this so damn important you had to make a 10-minute long video? And I am not reacting to this whole thing. I am not sitting through 10 damn minutes of them talking about a bunch of nonsense that does not matter. Hyperstar Cage, why does he talk so slow? Probably because he's a little slow himself.
Period. It doesn't matter.
Probably because he was grown. He probably grew up in the country. You ever notice that people that grew up in the country tend to talk a little slower, but when you grow up in the city, you tend to talk very fast.
How bad the Wii U did. And I see all these people, the Wii U did so bad that Nintendo had to rush and put out the Switch in the middle of the Wii U's generation. The middle? The middle.
I mean, they probably did have to rush it out, So, I mean, if the Wii U would have been successful, I guarantee you that they probably would have sat here and kept the Wii U. But I think that the Switch was probably meant to be the successor to the 3DS, and they just said, screw it, we're going to make it the successor to the Wii U.
Middle of the Wii U generation? The Switch came out in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
The Wii U came out in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of what? Every single Nintendo system released up until the Switch has come out 5 years after the other one.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm pretty certain it was aren't the generations about 8 years long?
Oh, they just came out with the Switch in 2017 because the Wii U failed. The Wii was the most successful Nintendo system to date.
No, it's not. Wait, are you talking about when the Wii U came out? Oh, when you're talking about when the Wii U came out. Never mind. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart.
Successful Nintendo system to date, and the Wii U still came out 5 years later.
Awesome. Guess what? No one cares.
Why? Because that was the norm.
Wait, let me see here. Let me see. I am pretty certain that that's false. When did the Wii come out? Okay, the Wii came out in 2006. When did the Wii U come out? 2012. Okay, now it's 6 years, not 5 years, 6 years, technically. Come on, get on with it already.
The only thing that you can say regarding the Wii U to the Switch is that maybe the Switch came out a few months earlier than it could have if the Wii U had been successful.
Maybe like a year. Because technically it came out in November of 2006, and the other one, and the Wii U came out in November of 2008. So technically that's 6 years. Just saying.
Successful. It came out in March instead of November. Big whoop. And I'm seeing
I mean, big whoop to this video. This is literally a pointless damn thing. You are severely dragging this on.
these people, oh no, it came out. Look how long the PlayStation 4 was out. The PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were out longer because they put out pro systems to extend the life.
And Nintendo could have done the same thing. Sometimes that's how the Switch 2 feels like.
And the reason they put out these pro systems to artificially extend the life of those systems is because software-wise, they were off to a very late start.
Okay. And this is still all pointless, my guy. Nobody really cares if it's the 10th gen or the 9th gen.
PlayStation 4. Remember when everyone used to call the PlayStation 4 the Indie Station 4? That's because they didn't really...
Did they? Did the PS4 was called the Indie Station 4? Really? I do not remember this.
have any huge games until about 3 or so years into the console generation.
Really? I did not know that. One was news to me.
That is the reason for these mid-gen upgrades. Well, aside from the fact that Sony wanted to sell some 4K TVs, they got off to a very slow start in terms of software.
Okay. And they still did pretty damn well compared to the Wii U.
So if they just
Also doesn't help PS4 didn't have no damn competition, if we're being honest.
now started getting their good games 3 years in, of course,
Did they not get the AAA games? Were there no major AAA games that were coming through on the PS4?
they're not going to come out with a new system 2 years later. And I see a lot of people, oh, well, no, they're just talking about this because they compete graphically with those same gens. That's why.
No, they're talking about it because it's console war. Nintendo people only really care that it's the 10th gen so they can console war, just like the people that are downplaying it. That's all this is.
It doesn't. That's why the Switch is 8th generation. If going by that logic, then why is it that the Nintendo Wii is still considered the same generation as the PlayStation 3 and 360, and there is a much bigger performance difference between the Wii U versus the 360?
Oh my God, can you look how bad? I remember that difference. Oh boy, is that bad. That is terrible.
And the Switch and PlayStation 4. A much bigger difference.
Yeah, there is.
They are considered the same generation.
Okay, awesome. My guy, guess what? It's the same generation. Can we get on with it? Why are you doing another 4 minutes of this?
People always seem to forget another important thing here is that console
What do you mean needs more roasting? I don't understand what you mean there.
makers start working on their new console the moment their current console, that new console, ships, or even before.
I know, right? That's a good one. Water Demon Girl dragging this on longer than a DBZ fight. Shit, you know it.
Before that. So, you know, Nintendo's already working on Switch 3, right?
They could be. You never know. I doubt it. I seriously doubt that they're already working on the Switch 3.
Just like when the Switch came out, they were already started working
I know, right? Mighty Python, get on with it already. Jesus Christ, my guy, you could have shortened this by half.
on Switch 2. People are forgetting that originally developers were expecting the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series to come out in 2018.
What? Really? There's no way. There is no 2015 or 2018. Really? That would have been way too damn soon.
2018. So that would have been just 1 year after the Nintendo Switch. So just because Microsoft and Sony decide to postpone the releases of their systems, don't expect Nintendo to be like, oh, well, they're not ready, so I guess we should wait too. No, they're not going to wait. For what?
I don't know. Can you please tell us instead of doing these long ass pauses?
What would they be waiting on?
Nothing. It's literally pointless. Okay, we're done with this. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot. This is just stupid. This whole argument is freaking stupid. I've been playing Diablo 2 Resurrected with the new class, the Warlock. By the way, he's OP as hell. There you go. Diablo 2, are you sure you're not talking about Diablo 4? Oh, wait, the Warlock did come to Diablo 2. I believe a real hybrid console, what has handheld power and that has home console power. True. He is dragging out this video more than Nintendo drags out their ports to NSO. That's so true. Hey, I live in the country and I don't like that. I understand. I blame, yeah. Well, Power Man UK, you're also in the UK. It might be a different thing out here. Born in the country, we don't waste time. No, I know you guys don't. But you guys know what I mean. People that live in the country do tend to talk slower than the, I'm not saying that they're slow in the head. I just mean when they talk, they don't talk. They're not like mush mouth like city people are. And this video, a PowerPoint. Yeah, it feels like it. Well, Wiki wants to say the Switch is the 8th gen and competes with 9th gen. Yeah, true. I already graduated from this crap. Exactly. We all did. Dragging this on long. Yep. Needs more roast. Yeah, what do you mean by needs more roasting? If we go by graphics, then does he mean Nintendo is the baseline, the bare minimum? I think that's what he means. There's other consoles to work on like Light and OLED. That's true. Sunbro and RGT, I think you mean 85, should be on the top of the list. I have actually never watched the Sunbro Nations video. I know of him, I just never watched any of it. But does that mean PS4 Slim Pro all are different gens then too? Probably. Get on with it, I agree. Generations don't mean crap. If you think about it, it just depends on how good the hardware the company is using. So what is he talking about? Well, Blazing Powers, what you got is you got one side claiming, oh, it's 10th gen because they just want a console war. They want to be like, oh, we got the better platform, something like that. And then you got the other side that keeps saying it's the 9th gen when they know it's the 10th gen, and they're just doing it to attack Nintendo. That's all it is. Retrofusion, you know damn well what I mean. What are you talking on? Why are you hating on slow talkers? Retrofusion, you try reacting to someone that pauses this damn much and see how much fun it is, okay? Well, Retrofusion, why don't you go react to Harmon and you'll know what I'm talking about. Who are we reacting? It is someone called Doc Trey, 81 or 85, I think. The whole thing about this is stupid. I agree. It's so pointless. Bro, this Doc Lunch Tray is kind of misinformed. Maybe so. Alrighty, guys. That was an amazing Salty Monday. We got through 8 videos. Was supposed to be 9, but one started getting political. We are not doing that one. Hey, Angry Vigilante, is this negative show? What do you mean? Is my content negative? Sometimes. Like, is it negative? I mean, Deborah, some of my content, I guess you could consider negative. For Salty Monday, I react to Salty Fanboys is what I do. That's just what I do for Monday morning's live stream. Why is it a problem what gen it is? It isn't a problem, Jasper. They just literally want a console war. That's all it is. Literally, if someone was to sit here and try to tell me it's the 9th gen, I wouldn't even care. It's just pointless. This whole debate about whether what's 10th gen and what's 9th gen is just so damn pointless. It means nothing. But guys, it was great to see you guys. I had an amazing time. It's called Salt Content. Exactly. But like I said, I had a great time. Thank you guys so much for showing up. In about 1 minute, my new video is about to release for the, what is it? Give them that salt. Exactly, Water Demon Girl. It is about the closure of Blueprint Studio and Steam winning their latest lawsuit. I would appreciate if you guys want to check them out, please. Until next time, guys, you take care. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Kong Dog.
I'm the angry vigilante here to fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Salt content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears.